Let's go. Good morning, my friends. It's your old pal PeaceLoveMusic with another episode of the Let's Go Good Morning Show, brought to you live by DeOrganized Media in partnership with our amazing friends over at BitcoinLive, Decentralized Broadcasting. I apologize for running the show a little late this morning. I got tied up in the amazing conversation happening over at the Whatever Morning Space hosted by Binta. On the DeOrganized account, and with co-host GPSC, and Trip was on there. Hattie was out. Bull You Pick. We had a lot of chads up on the space. Hero Gamer was just up chatting. Hero will be joining us later along with Hattie for the SIP call coming up probably around 10:15ish when we finish up the Find2Earn rounds at 9:30. But again, I apologize. I'm just a little bit out of sorts. I got too many things on my plate, really. I'm trying to balance too many things at one time is really what it boils down to. But I love doing this show. I love getting out. There's great news today. Most of you probably know yesterday, Bitcoin, we started with an all-time high of about a 112, 112K. And I woke up this morning, but we'll talk a little bit more about that later. Friendly reminder, this is a news show. We are providing news, some information, some education, letting you know what's going on in Bitcoin and the broader crypto ecosystem, focusing on our beloved stacks, layer 2, the leading layer 2 on Bitcoin. And but we are never providing financial advice. That is not what we do here. We give you the news and information so that you can determine what the best course of action for you is based on your personal situation and your risk tolerance. Never invest money you cannot afford to lose, and always do your own research. That being said, Bitcoin coming in, we're off of a new all-time high, but still holding out over 118,131 was what it was just before I actually got into the space. It starts at 8 a.m. every Monday through Friday. We go live at 8:30. A little bit down under 118 now, 117,767 as of right now. But man, it's good to have been holding that Bitcoin. I hope you guys didn't sell down when it was in the 70s just a couple months ago. A lot of people were hand-wringing then and getting frustrated. You got to be patient in this game. DCA, dollar cost average, learn what that means. Know what distribution means, how many holders there are in a project, where to go to look for that information. You know, you can get some of that at CoinMarketCap. Stack specifically, we have tools like SDX tools that I'll talk to you about a little bit. But just make sure you're aware and doing your research on things, and don't FOMO out. You know, this is a long game for most people. The opportunity here is accumulate and hold for the majority of people. You're not flipping things and making profit and then flipping things and making profit. Most people get wrecked that way. So just be careful is what I'm saying. Bitcoin at 118, 131. Stacks coming in at 75.38 cents. That's up 10 cents from yesterday. Off of that 65 cents. That's a huge like 13-14% gain for stacks. Coming in at number 71 by market cap on CoinMarketCap. You know, lots of other tokens ripping today. Fear and Greed went from 50 to 67. So we went from that mid-neutral range all the way up into the greed range on CoinMarketCap. And the top three gainers on CoinMarketCap for the last 24 hours are SEI, ENA, Athena, and IP, the story token. When you stack your STX, you earn Bitcoin. SBTC is programmable Bitcoin, trust mitigated bridge, soon to be fully decentralized, or over time will be fully decentralized. Stacks has fast, low fee transactions, under 5-second transactions, under a penny for cost for most transactions. Proof of transfer security tying it to Bitcoin, leveraging Bitcoin security, and native Bitcoin rewards when you stack your SDX and secure the Stacks network. Tell your friends. In the Stacks DeFi world, also, you know what? Tell your friends to share out the stream. Share out the live stream. Let your friends know we're doing this so that they can know what's going on in crypto. Get the updates. Find it out daily. We're here every day telling you guys this stuff. Hermetica is offering 10% yield today on USDH. USDH is a dollar stable coin backed by Bitcoin, pegged to the value of $1. So you can hold dollars. They're backed by Bitcoin. They're secured by Bitcoin on stacks and earn yield, 10% yield by staking them. And then you actually hold a liquid staked asset called SUSDH, which will have some further use cases in other DeFi applications down the line as well. Really great stuff going on at Hermetica. At bitflow.finance, you can DCA right into Bitcoin, stacks, runes, and more effortlessly. That's bitflow.finance. And now you can drop all of your meme token pets at the Bitflow barn and earn yield in the pools. They have special farming yields for Leo, and now Bob coin, Build on Bob, is also participating. Lots of opportunity to earn yield on your meme tokens over at Bitflow. Velar's perp dex is live, and now you can engage in perp trading, longing and shorting Bitcoin and stacks over at Velar. Pair your favorite tokens with SBTC, earn yield, and trade, swap all of your favorite tokens over at Velar. Protocol, a Bitcoin native DeFi protocol, enables cross-chain swaps, bridging, and payments in BTC. It connects Bitcoin to 20 plus blockchains. Zest is offering 4.02% on SBTC this morning. That's right, you can earn 4% on your Bitcoin over at Stacks at Zest Protocol. You can get 9.96% on your STSTX. That's a liquid stacked token that you get at Stacking DAO. And the highest yield on Zest over at Zest today is 86.56% on the AUSD dollar stablecoin. Over at Stacking DAO, you can earn 9.94% on STX with liquid STSTX. So you can go to Stacking DAO, deposit your stacks, earn 9.94% while holding a liquid token that appreciates against the value of that stacks. And then you can take that, lend it out over at Zest, and earn more yield on that liquid token, securing the stacks and secure the stacks network at the same time. And the top 3 tokens over at stxtools.io are Turto, Rock, and Flat Earth. Meme tokens taking the lead over at stxtools.io. stxtools.io is a great place to go. They have information on all of the tokens in the Stacks network and the Stacks ecosystem in lots of detail, so you can actually go do your own research at stx.io. What is happening in the Stacks ecosystem today? Let me just bring up my schedule here. I'm going over to DeOrganized.media, checking out the schedule on the calendar, and I told you about all the stuff we have going on in the morning. Guys, do tune in at 9:30 for Find2Earn. I think we're up to like 50 STX on the jackpot round. So just the jackpot round, we have some Leo coins, some ROO coins, some Bitcoin Pepe, the only Pepe that matters, Bitcoin Pepe, Fat Fund, Flat Earth, STX AI, and $50 stacks jackpot round if you win for Find2Earn today. And then at about 10:15, we will actually have the Stacks Innovation Call. We usually start about 10:30. We might get started a little bit earlier. Hero and Hattie will come on. We'll be talking about updates on the latest SIP stuff and some other things that are going on in the ecosystem that we think is important to get information out to our community about. At 5, there's something at 1 o'clock today that Rubes is doing, and I don't have it on the calendar, but I know Rubes is hosting a space. I believe it's at 1 o'clock today. And then Purple Pill Friday at 5 p.m. And then every Monday through Friday at 7 p.m. we have the DeOrganized Nightly Show with GP and friends. Tune in, get out there, support your community. There might be some other stuff going on as well, but we love our ecosystem and we want you guys to get out there and support what is going on. We really appreciate it when you do. Bitcoin has hit a new all-time high, a massive short squeeze has rocketed the crypto market in the last 24 hours, wiping out more than $1 billion in bearish positions. That's terrible. As Bitcoin ripped to fresh highs, more than $500 million in BTC-specific shorts were liquidated, forcing traders to buy back into strength and amplifying upward pressure. This marks the largest single-day liquidation event since January, with liquidations across altcoins like ETH and Doge contributing to the scramble. Analysts warn more forced buybacks could follow if the rally sustains. Over $1 billion in crypto shorts. From Moody's, Investor Services warns that while stablecoins are still a small slice of global finance, their growing popularity could gradually chip away at the profit model of traditional banks. Analysts say widespread stablecoin adoption might reduce deposit bases that banks use for lending, while cutting into lucrative wire transfer and cash management fees. The banks are afraid about losing their ability to actually siphon out money off of all the financial rails, and they are losing. Don't feel bad for them, by the way. Fresh on-chain reports confirm the circulating supply of Bitcoin on major exchanges has dropped to multi-year lows. Landy's been actually talking about this for months, by the way. And with whale wallets and long-term holders aggressively accumulating, the combination of reduced liquid supply and robust spot demand has created a supply crunch that many analysts say is fueling this rally. It's just getting started, the supply crunch, by the way. The FOMO is going to be insane, this is nuts. These dynamics highlight Bitcoin's core appeal as a deflationary asset, with miners and OTC desks reporting record volumes as institutional players enter at scale. The U.S. Senate Banking Committee convened a new hearing to tackle key questions around crypto regulation, stablecoin issuance, and how to balance innovation with investor protection. Lawmakers heard testimony from top industry leaders who urged for clear guardrails and pathways for legal compliance without stifling growth. The session sets the stage for new legislation aimed at clarifying how crypto markets operate in the U.S. and how stablecoins like USDC and USDT will be treated under updated frameworks. Pakistan's government has confirmed the launch of a state-backed crypto council and announced the country's first strategic Bitcoin reserve, marking a dramatic shift in its approach to digital assets. So Pakistan is going to establish a strategic Bitcoin reserve. Officials revealed plans to dedicate over 2,000 megawatts of energy capacity for crypto mining and artificial intelligence operations. This move positions Pakistan to attract foreign investment and develop its digital economy as the nation aims to become a regional hub for blockchain innovation and decentralized finance. It's just getting started, folks. There's not enough. The supply shock is real. You are just seeing the tip of the spear here. We got a long way to go. Very interesting times we're in. On July 10th, Bitcoin spot ETFs experienced a net inflow of $1.18 billion. BlackRock's IBIT led the pack with an inflow of $448.5 million. Fidelity's FBTC followed with $324.3 million, and ARKB recorded an inflow of $268.7 million. Ethereum spot ETF saw a total net inflow of $383 million on the same day. BlackRock's ETH-A recorded the highest single-day inflow of $300 million, followed closely by other new ETH funds adding additional volume as the token topped $3,000. It has been an amazing run the last couple of days, and shout out to everybody that's been waiting for this. It's never a bad idea to take profits when you see the opportunity, by the way, but maybe also DCA out like we advised to DCA in, because there probably is some more upside from here and you don't want to lose all of that. Just be careful out there. Real quick, I'm going to skip the Stacks news. We got a bunch of stuff going on. You know about it. Use Stacks campaign. Head over to the website. I think we're still waiting for yesterday's contest information to drop and some other stuff, but should have that soon if it's not on there. It wasn't there when I looked early morning. Use STX campaign, SIP31 vote, stx.eco. If you've been living under a rock, you're just tuning in for the first time in weeks, stx.eco, the SIP31 vote is ongoing. Really important that we get that out there. And the Stacks DeFi seasons season 2 or series 2 or version 2, track 2, whatever they're calling it. I can't remember now. The word is not coming to my brain. I'm at that age where that just happens. Like the simple words just don't pop up. Kicked off a couple weeks ago. There was like 21,000 participants, and season 2 has started this week. So get over to the Zeely campaigns and get started with that. Huge shout out to Zero Authority DAO. Check them out, zeroauthoritydao.com. They got a bunch of bounties out there, opportunities for you to earn stacks, some ROO, some USDH, and some more stuff. Shout out to BoostX. We utilize BoostX for Find2Earn. I space drop stuff all the time. I find that to be a great way to reward the people that come out to our spaces. Check out BoostX if you aren't familiar. Huge shout out to Rosar and his Charisma DAO project and the Blaze subnets that he's working on. Actually see Rosar in the audience here. I'm going to bring him on in a minute. Huge shout out to FactFun, fact.fun. Rafa's FactFun is a great platform for launching tokens. There's a bunch of stuff on there in the bonding curve you might want to take a look at. And if you do not have a BNS name, go over to bns.one. You need a .btc or a .stx, and the good names are getting bought up soon. It's 2 stacks. You got a .btc name. You register it for 5 years. 2 STX. It'll cost you $1.50 to register a .btc name. Go get your .btc name today at BNS1. Real quick, I'm going to shout out our sponsors. We have some amazing marketing partners in the ecosystem. We have great DeFi on Bitcoin DeFi on Stacks now. And one of our amazing partners is Stacking DAO. Stacking DAO is the leading liquid staking platform for the Stacks network. Stacking DAO is changing the game by letting users earn up to 10% APY on their STX while keeping their assets liquid. Unlike traditional staking, their unique design means there are no minimums, and users start earning rewards immediately. So there are zero switching costs when moving from other stacking pools. Plus, you've got options. You can choose to earn in STX or SBTC, whatever fits your strategy, or even just regular native BTC over there. I use all 3 actually. Want to start earning yields today? Head over to stackingdao.com and jump on in. Stacking DAO is where liquidity meets opportunity. And I would be remiss if I did not mention our amazing partners over at BitFlow. BitFlow is the top DEX on Stacks, letting you trade native BTC, STX, SBTC, USDC, runes, and more all in one place by aggregating prices on Alex, Archipiko, and Valar. Recently, BitFlow rolled out Flex pools launching with STX, STSTX to support liquid staking assets, offering flexible deposits, smarter rewards, and deeper liquidity. SUSDH, USDH single-sided or imbalanced ratio pools. Flex pools is actually going to be live soon as well. Going to be a way to earn some yield on your SUSDH while you're earning yield on your USDH. Great stuff there. And do not forget to take your meme pets over to the BitFlow barn and start earning some juicy yields. I think it's like 55% yield on the Leo token. I was told yesterday that Bob's been added. You can actually do all the meme, Welsh and Pepe. There's meme pools over there for everything. So go get your pets to the pool and start earning on your meme tokens over at BitFlow. And now I can bring in the guests. And again, I'm 9:05. I'm just slow on the day. Good morning, GP. How are you doing today, man?
Good morning. Happy Friday, man. Doing great.
It is definitely a Friday. I'm just like, I can't keep up.
Just a little more. We got it, man. The weekend's right there. We're going to touch some grass, hang out with the bam. You know what's up, man.
That's right. I'm very curious. We see Rosar popping up. which means he might have something to show us this morning. I'm excited. What's up, Rosar? How you doing today, man?
I'm doing all right. I mean, I'm just awake, you know?
You're just awake, so you're jumping
I
in.
always have something to show. That's never a question, but
Yeah, you're always, well, I love what you're doing.
Dude, I was wondering where you were.
Yeah, I
man.
haven't seen you in a minute. Figured you must have been
just
cranking.
been grinding.
Yeah.
Just grinding, you know?
What's new? I know you were working on some stuff with the pools over at Charisma.
Yeah, I mean, I'm trying to just keep myself from adding new features to it and just fixing bugs and, you know, of course I've stumbled onto a new side project, which is pretty dope, but also I'm doing obviously all the like the vibe coding tutorials and
yeah, that's been great stuff.
Educational content stuff. So
yeah, and
yeah.
it's just keep doing it too, you know.
Simple website.
What's up?
What was that, GP?
So it's spinning up, like teaching people how to code up their contracts for a token, launch their own token. You know, making a website. You know, for to use the token. It's cool, man.
Yes, it is cool. I've already, yeah, I mean, I have the second course done, and it's actually like probably twice as long as the first one, but I feel like I should kind of be a little more hands-on with, you know, like office hours sort of stuff and like helping people get through the first course before I like start dumping more courses. But I don't know.
Yeah.
Kind of figuring out
like
as I go.
Some workshop, maybe do some stuff live, right? Like have a workshop, have like a working group and stuff surrounding the first, you know, the first course.
Yeah, I've been trying to just film, just like screen record, just like work, even if it's not exactly like coursework, just because, you know, there's always something interesting to learn from it.
Yeah, then like you might run into something that you could share, you know, a way to fix something that you run into. Just getting in the habit of like recording your work is great, and then you'll get used to it, and it's just like you go back and try not to cringe at yourself sometimes, because like that's what I do. I'll sit back and like, oh, why did I look like that at that moment?
You dropped those videos on I know you dropped those videos on X. Are they available anywhere else for people to go refer to them afterwards?
Yeah, I mean, I have them saved in like a Notion thing, but I don't know if it's like necessarily public, so I can try and make some sort of place for them to be accessed. But I think the goal was, once, like, I'm just dumping these raw videos out, but there is like an intent to like edit them, you know, and make them a little more condensed. So it's like, if you want to just like follow along and you're not interested in watching me debug stuff for an hour at random points during the videos, then you can
capture the shorts and then make shorts playlists that'll actually direct people. You can make shorts playlists that'll actually direct people to the broader lessons.
I can't expect everyone to be willing to sit down for 2 hours for some of these like parts of the course. You know, some will take a while.
Well,
when Charisma YouTube channel?
I don't know, man.
Well, that's what I was going to say. You should definitely be putting them. Honestly, if you want, I'm happy to just drop them into a playlist on the DeOrganized YouTube channel so that people have a place to go find them if you want to.
Yeah, we could do something like that. Might be easy.
Yeah, that makes sense. Like have a playlist for you know, how to
Heroes suggest we create a coding club, a live coding club, or an ordinal coding club or something.
Yeah, dude, that AI guild that you know, Hero is kind of spinning up. It's got we spoke about it. I think it was like late last week. And you know, getting some funding from this endowment to teach people how to use AI to make content. And we spoke about two sides, like one being the like content creator side, and the other being the, you know, use AI to code side. So I think that'd be pretty cool. I think that fits right now, and we need to mint more builders and more coders, right? I know there's a couple of my guys that are looking to learn code, like John D. He's been kind of playing around and learning how to do some front end stuff, and learning from Crypto Dude and Crypto Smith. But yeah, like we need more people teaching Clarity like this. This is a cool format.
Yeah, I think it's just any more content to this end is good because it helps. It's out there finding the people rather than just being a spot where people would go. Like that's actually a huge value add, just doing it in the X medium. Yeah, I don't want to like the both factors are actually beneficial because it's great to have a place to refer people to when they're asking for where do I go. But if you putting that content out there on the socials and hitting the algorithm right, you're finding your audience that way rather than having them come find you. So it's important to keep doing that too. I love the AI content guild. My only problem is the AI guild. I don't have enough time to get in there right now. My 13-year-old daughter came to me the other day, 2 days ago, randomly, with like, hey, I saw some YouTube video, and I'm on a waiting list to be able to get access to build my own AI, and I don't know what she signed up for yet either with that. But I was like, I got friends that are creating an AI guild, and I got her set up on her first her X handle set up, and I'm going to drop her in that chat and see if she can actually help find some tools to help her get started and just learning how to play around with it.
That's dope, man. Yeah, starting young and then getting in the know. I like it. Yeah, you surround her with the right mentors and people kind of like cheering for her as she goes through her journey, learning how to navigate the world of AI. It's very helpful, right? I think that it's encouraging whenever you're surrounded by people all learning together. You're all kind of you have that sense of unity while you're venturing into the unknown.
Maybe we need to get Kitty's son and then Ramona, my daughter, and have like a stacks kids.
What's kind of funny is like when my generation was kids, that was like when the computers were coming out, like things you could own your home, and like the internet was a thing. My parents were very wary of like internet use.
Yeah, I'm wary of it too still, man.
Yeah, but at the same time, like AI is so addictive. Like it is easily more addictive than the internet. And
well, it's
I mean, I'm not saying there's anything wrong with it because obviously, like when I was a kid, I didn't know you could like, no one knew you could like make a living like on the internet, like as like a streamer or even just like knowing IT, like how important it was going to be, or just being technically internet sophisticated. So I think it'll be the same way with, I mean, obviously we're already seeing that, but it is incredibly addictive. So it's just something to be cautious of.
Well, it's using your cell phone's addictive.
Yeah.
Sitting at your computer is addictive. Watching TV used to be, less so now for our the younger generations because they're not, because they have other.
They just lay on their phones on their bed.
Right.
Yeah, it's readily available. I have to sit at the TV.
You don't even watch TV. They
so
just on the bed.
Your warning is very valid. I'm not trying to diminish that, but really, it's about finding a balance. And
yeah, I mean, honestly, I'm not. The point I'm making here is not that be afraid and like doomsdaying. It's more just like
be wary.
It just feels like our generation is much more willing to embrace technology than my parents, where it was like, they were constantly like, you were taking your computer away, you've been on it too much, that sort of stuff,
Oh God, yeah. When I first started playing around on my 17-year-old is, I mean, he's just gaming mostly gaming, but he's on his gaming computer, like he's in his room he doesn't come down. I see him 5 minutes here, see him at dinner. Otherwise, he's in his room. He's not going anywhere. He's not going to do anything. He's had his learner's permit to get his license for like over a year, I think. He's gone out driving like 4 times. We stopped asking him because it's like he's not even motivated to go get a car because he doesn't have to. He doesn't. Why is he going anywhere? He's not. That's the. I am not sure. Mostly it's the shooter games. So, probably some Call of Duty and like, he used to do Fortnite. He probably doesn't do that much anymore. Apex Legends he used to talk about. If he was here, he'd probably rattle off a bunch of games that I'm not super familiar with. He doesn't talk to me about it.
First-person shooters are so much fun.
Honestly, I used to enjoy going in and playing Fortnite when I'd have a little bit of downtime. I don't get downtime anymore, but Fortnite was a fun one, especially because you're usually playing against kids most of the time. So it's like it's amusing to go and like, you're like, take that, fifth grader.
Yeah, they're always asking you things like from TikTok, and you're like, what is this thing from TikTok you're asking me about?
Oh God, I actually do have TikTok on my new phone that I hardly use, which is my DeOrganized phone now. It came with TikTok on it, and I have a TikTok account for DeOrganized that I'd never actually had the app on my phone. I had actually signed up on my PC and just set it up so I could drop videos into it from our streams. But I have the app. But I will find that like if I actually do turn it on, it's a trap.
Oh yeah, it's very doom scrolly. It's very addictive.
Yeah, super.
It's a good, well-made app. It keeps you locked in. It's hard to unlock from it.
I just don't think it provides enough actual value. It's literally just a time waster.
I mean, it depends what your feed is. Like if you have like a feed, it's very good for discovery. I will say that. Like if you have a feed filled with like AI stuff, you'll very quickly learn like new stuff in AI.
So you just got to curate what you're actually.
You just got to curate it. So you got to be like, aware of what you're swiping on and all that stuff and engaging with, because it'll keep sending you more of it. So you got to be like ignoring stuff if you feel like it's inane.
I can't help it. It's just natural.
That's how it works. That's how they get you.
Boobies. What's going on here? More boobies.
Yep.
So it's like been an hour. I'm like, what
happened? Where'd it go? Oh, like dazed and confused. Like, where am I?
What's going on? Why did I get stuck in that?
Yeah.
Shout out, by the way, Tony Wise, Hero in the comments. Colosso Graphics. Been seeing this guy around a lot lately. I'm not super familiar. I don't know if he's come up and chatted anywhere, but I've been seeing that handle around a lot, supporting. What's up, man? Nick from BitcoinLive in the chat. What's up, Nick? How's it going, man? And Hero's bullish on onboarding Ramona. She'll be I'll get her in that. Here, I'm going to drop her in that DM group soon, but honestly, I think we need to. I mentioned in that group, by the way, the DM group's great, but we need a place to organize like links for the things that we're doing on the AI projects that work, who's given a good discount, what's a better app, and that kind of stuff, which I think is just too hard to organize in a DM chat group on X. So we're gonna have to with a Discord.
Set up a Telegram or a Discord. You're able to share your links and all that stuff, and then like upload files as well.
I wonder where Nick is. He could come on and say hi.
Yeah, dude. I haven't talked to Nick in a minute, man.
Nick doesn't need a link. Right.
Grinding.
I'd love to see more of Nick just like showing up and saying hi. Uninvited, unaware that he's coming, just like, oh, Nick's here. Nick walking by. What's up, man?
Yeah, dude. Dude is a bass producer. Whenever Nick comes on, he really knows how to produce.
Well, I mean, honestly, a lot of what we get with Restream we wouldn't be able to buy today for it would be like 3 times as much as what his OG grandfathered ass is getting this all for too. Like he's been doing it for a long time, dude. He's an OG in the streaming crypto Bitcoin specific streaming space. He's been doing it for a long time. So he actually trailblazed a lot of this. We wouldn't have been able to do what we did without a lot of the groundwork Nick did for years before I was even on Twitter.
What a badass dude. New
Total.
Bitcoin all-time highs. How are we feeling? How are we feeling about that? We seeing 120K by day's end, maybe?
It seems to have plateaued. But I mean, I didn't think we were going to see it run up from 112 to 118 overnight either. So it definitely feels like we're in that price discovery range. Anything can happen right now.
Yeah, I feel like we rallied enough. I think we'll probably pull back a little bit and then run again, and then like probably maybe hold it to next week. Because I just feel like people don't buy over the weekend. Everyone's gonna be like, "Wow, 120. That's
Yeah."
And it's July. Well, you know what? It's the kind of move that gets eyeballs.
You get some eyeballs, but I don't think it's gonna cause a FOMO rally.
Not from retail.
Yeah, I think we're gonna keep sleeping up, but I don't think we're gonna pull back. I think we're gonna hold this, hold this.
There's not enough. Well, that's the thing. You know? There's only so much profit to take right now with the supply shock. So there's not enough supply. The exchange supply is like non-existent. There is no supply in the market right now. So as soon as there's a big buy, right, any big buy is going to push it up, and so. Pakistan just announced that they're going to have a strategic Bitcoin reserve. The country of Pakistan is going to start buying Bitcoin. Like that's not a singular event like El Salvador a few years back, where it's one country adopting it. This is a domino effect. This is going to, the more and more, like these guys are still trying to figure out how they're going to do it and plan it out. But as more and more of them get to the finish line and actually start executing, and the price just starts, I think we got a lot of room to go still. Not in the next couple of days. Short term, I don't know. Like I can't tell you what might happen in the next 2 weeks or whatever. I don't know that.
Yeah, I've stopped trying to predict what's going to happen.
We don't have the time. We're distracted by other things that interest us more because there's more of a payoff. In the short term, it's less guesswork when you're just like pushing, right? You can't do that with price action, and you can't force it to do something. So it's hard for guys like us. But yeah, in the long term, though, it's obvious. The setup is obvious. There's no chance it's not going to go more bananas, because unless they all of a sudden all decide, no, we're not going to do this. But why would they? What's coming that's going to stop that? Maybe. I mean, there could be a black swan. Who knows? Like, you can't predict everything, right? But I mean, they're also probably going to start. They're going to start cutting rates.
Yeah, as long as people keep calling this the top and then are willing to short, I feel like we might just keep grinding up and squeezing the shorts, man. Over 1.25 billion shorts for this move. So it's big, and I think I read that it was like 1.5 billion shorts if Bitcoin hits 120 days. I mean, I guess we'll see. We'll chop a little sideways. Maybe we'll get a little volatile over the weekend whenever it's low volume. People aren't really paying attention to the summertime, and it's the weekend. Fine. We're in the middle of July. But I don't know, man. I'm no TA. I'm waiting on Landy's video.
Yeah, well, I talked to Landy on Tuesday, and I was expecting a little bit of a run, but it was still unclear which direction it was going to go. And now it's obviously very clear which direction the expansion is going into. We were still in that consolidation. So it's up in there. You know, it's up in that. I think it's in the second level on the Bollinger Bands, on the Landy Bands. So yeah, it's a great that's actually a great indicator too, by the way. If you're not using it, follow Crypto Landy in his bio on X. Link to Landy Bands. It's a great indicator on TradingView. You just have to add it to your favorites in order to access it. But yeah, I think Ethereum's running too. So you got alt season.
Yeah, it is. Feels like it's loading up, dude. Like, you know, Ethereum sitting around like what 3K right now.
It's just
I think some people are calling for 3,500.
29.98.91 as of right now on CoinMarketCap. So Ether's going to have to make some,
like some people
the Ether Bitcoin pair is way too top heavy to Bitcoin right now. I mean, it's been for a long time, Ether dominance. So Ethereum has to move up against Bitcoin at some point. We're probably starting to see that now. But Bitcoin's still going to run too, because that's what everyone wants. Like all of the countries are going to start buying Bitcoin, which it's insane where we are right now. Honestly, it's really crazy. We have so you said you were sidetracked by something new that you're working on, Rosar. Anything you can share?
That's correct. Yeah, I can share. We can share some stuff.
All
right. Let's see if I can. All right. I have some real goofy looking data. So it's not super clean, but I'll show it anyway.
That's all right. We're deorganized.
Yeah.
You weren't this wasn't.
I wasn't prepared. I'm just going to wing it here.
We're just going to do it anyway.
Not prepared at all. All right. You can see my screen, right?
Yep.
You see, this is Pokemon. Should I zoom in a little bit?
There you
a
go.
little bit.
Got it. Let me actually.
Perfect. Okay.
One of these. All right. Codename Tokimon. Probably will change it to something else because
Tokimon. I think that's dope.
Tokimon.
Yeah,
It's like like a botnet basically, like bot management. Like bot AK, like in other words, like automated hot wallet trading. So you can go here and like connect, obviously, and then you can go here and create bots.
So you can create your own bots on here.
Yeah, you can create bots. So let's say you go in and you got a little bot, and then you go into strategy. This is the cool part. All right. So this is, I think, one of the coolest bot management systems I've ever seen. So the way this one works is you actually get like a little JavaScript like editor. And in here, can I not scroll? What's going on here? Okay, I can scroll. Yeah, in here you can actually like run JavaScript code, like get mempool transactions, or like, you know, like do things like swap, like that. And then you just like run it. Let's try this hello world one, for example. All right, so we're running this in the sandbox, and you get this like little execution environment, and it runs. And then let's do like a little more complex one. Okay, so for this, so you can also provide a GitHub repository. It's gonna get a little complicated, but bear with me here. So what you can do is you can provide a get URL like this. Where is it? Here? All right. I think that's the way it wants it. No, it's supposed to be like this. Okay, yeah, it's just like the URL. So it'd probably just be this. Does it want the get part? All right, we'll provide it. Okay. All right, this happens to be monorepo packages. Polyglot. All right. So you can basically like point it at an existing code base and then like run code that's in that. So it's almost like, yeah. Let's just try. I haven't tried this on prod before. I've just been doing it in dev environment. So I don't know if it's gonna work. But yeah, see, so it's installing like, this is actually the repo that this is in. So this app is installing itself, or at least a submodule of itself in this little isolated like sandbox environment. And now it's installing it.
Like a whole D app.
Oh, this is much more than that. This is like a Lambda function basically, or like infrastructure as code, like hosting provider sort of thing. So it's thinking. It takes a little while to install full packages. Right now I'm working on a way to like inject minified code to make it faster. But okay, so it installed the dependencies. It's running the build. All right, it built successfully. Okay, look. So this is the package. It has all these like hero functions on it. And then I can do things like checking mempool, found 11 things in the mempool. Like here's like real mempool transactions, found like a ton of recent confirmed transactions. It's like looking up contracts. Like this is just a JavaScript sandbox. So you can literally do anything. Like you could do Bitcoin trades in here. You could do Solana. You could like, it's so flexible. You can do anything in here. The only, it just makes it a little easier to do stack stuff because we can inject the private key for trades and things. So you don't need to like worry about the security aspect of it. But yeah, like you can basically do anything you want, which is really, really good because I'll explain a little more later. But then scheduling, so you can like put it on a schedule, be like, I'm gonna run this code every 6 hours or every 5 minutes or whatever, and then set the schedule. All right, so now you can run any code you want on any schedule you want. And so everyone's going to have these bots here that are like running, and we're going to track all their like P&L, like their profit and loss and like their success rates. And then eventually certain ones are going to be like making money, you know what I mean? And then what's going to happen is I'm going to use AI to have the bots basically analyze other bots. And then like they'll find the best performing ones and then just start like reading their code, like the JavaScript code of the best performing ones, and rewriting their own activities to start doing the things that the best performing ones are doing. So like the more people that write new code on this, bots are just gonna start learning to do like better arbitrage and like better ways to make money. It's kind of like super big brain crazy shit. So
so is this for people that create their own bots, or they can actually go? Is there like?
Yeah. I mean, you can go in here and you can.
Can I go write a bot that other people can actually then go maybe use, and then if they make any money on it, I earn a percentage off of my bot?
We could do that. That's very possible.
Very cool.
All things are possible. It's a very flexible system right now. Right now, I'm just getting the basics working. Like, what am I doing right now? What was it before I got into this? Yeah, I think I was just trying to minify some code and see if I could just like pack in a bunch of minified code in here instead of using the template, because it's a lot faster. Like you can see this hello world example, it runs really fast. It's like boom, boom. Oh, wait, hang on. I still have this thing in here. Let's turn this off. Save. Okay, so that's off now. Wait, it said it's failed to save it. Bam, bam. Get rid of that. save.
This is a cool way to.
We're doing it live.
We're doing it live. How do I get rid of this stuff? Turning it all off. Yeah, I don't know. It's not letting me. All right. Let's get stuck in that format for a little bit. All right, we'll do Ninja. Does he have anything? No, he does not. Okay, yeah. So you can see it's substantially faster when you don't have to like create it from a Git repo. It just runs like immediately. So if I can get like all the stacks, like Hero stacks transactions code, like basically like a compiled version of it, these would be running really, really fast. The thing is, these are like isolated sandbox containers. So they're not like cheap relatively. Like I don't want people running these things for like more than a few minutes. Like ideally if we can have them run like in a few seconds and complete, that's like ideal.
It costs a lot of like compute.
Yeah, they're basically like micro isolated containers, because I can't be allowing people, like for security reasons, I can't allow people to run arbitrary code on like my system, because they can obviously, that's like cross-site scripting and SQL injection, and it exposes a lot of vulnerabilities. So I have to have little like partitioned, basically isolated, secure execution environments for everyone. You know, that's the only way you can let people write like whatever code they want, is if it's like an isolated. Even still, even with the isolated execution environments, people could still abuse this by like using it to like spam, you know, like DDoS things and like spam websites, and then like my IP might get, you know, someone's gonna get angry at the IP address that my thing's sending them from, and then Versal's gonna be like, we're detecting spam from your account, blah 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 blah, and I'll be in trouble. So yeah, I mean, just isolating the environment is step one security wise. I also need to like, you know, do some sort of rate limiting and like, you know, make sure people aren't abusing the system. But that's why I'm probably going to have some sort of like costs. Like you got to get like an NFT. That's why I'm trying to work on building a collection, so like everyone gets a unique NFT that matches their robot or whatever I'll call it. I'm still not sure of like the lore around this yet.
Yeah, man, it's
Pokemon's,
awesome. I'm so glad you actually brought this up today, because it's really dope stuff. I do got to segue into the Find2Earn segment. You're happy to have you hang out with us if you want to. You're more than welcome. But I do got to play a quick word from our sponsors before I segue in, and then we will be back with the Game Master shortly. But Rosar, awesome stuff, man. As always, super impressed every time you bring something out here. Dope, and I cannot wait to actually play around with that. I think that's it's very interesting for sure.
Yeah,
like the boss.
It's pretty freaking cool. If you're nerdy, you'll like this thing because it's dope. But yeah, I mean, a lot of this stuff, it's like it needs to be complicated before it can be simple. You know, so right now it's in that phase where it's sort of very technical and like. And before I can like slap like a nice simple abstraction on top of it, I need to make sure all the parts work together properly.
Yeah. And honestly, I appreciate you actually putting yourself out there and being a little vulnerable, showing this stuff when, you know, we know it's not ready, and it's just being, you never know what's going to happen when you start playing around with stuff in this medium. But I think it's actually great for our audience to get exposed to these things, and from that,
I want to see what you put with NTT technology with this.
I mean, sometimes I want to try releasing stuff in stealth, just because I think I'll probably get a totally different user base if people don't know it's from me, which is dumb, but I think it's actually somewhat true.
Well, you will get somewhat of a different. That was my act. That was an accident. Real quick, you will get some sort of a user base out, different users just doing it that way. So I think you should do that. But here's a quick word from Stacking Guy. is time. The Game Master has arrived in his true form. How are you today, sir?
GM Mortals GM, ready for
Good
Friday
morning.
and the end of the week. Let's go. We have the 5 rounds and jackpot for 50 stacks. Already we just solved the quest by Visions. We found his location.
What was that?
Yeah, you can see like on Skullcoin account.
Oh, on the Skullcoin account, there's something new.
Yeah, there is always something new, my friend.
Ooh.
That's a good point. That's a good point.
It will never like because I see.
Oh,
it
you
has-
saw you had a game with Peter?
No, just Peter posted like the location and we found it.
Oh, so that was
Okay.
just that was a random post by Pete, but then you guys made a game out of it.
Oh, he asked in comments to find and we found.
I like it. I like it. I
So
missed
he
that.
gave
'cause
us
I was busy.
the quest and we solved it.
We found Peter. That's
Yeah, it's some nice banyan cafe.
Very nice. Very
And
nice.
it was fun. Yeah, it was fun. And I want to say like about the new things. Like we have to make some transition from X to on-chain to stacks to a blockchain game. So we slowly adding. I believe that this month, July and August will be biggest month for our gaming community. And our goal to add first of all this seed phrase hunt and try to push this method will be very interesting because we don't know how it goes, if people like it, and we will see. But now and forever we continue our Find2Earn games. Okay,
Yes.
everyone,
Yes, sir.
we are getting ready to launch first whitelist game.
So we do 5 rounds plus the jackpot round every Monday through Friday. First round is whitelist for new players. If you want to be added to the whitelist, please drop a comment below the stream or below one of the game rounds, letting the game master know you would like to be added, and we'll get you added as soon as there's space on the whitelist, usually daily. We have rounds sponsored by ROO Coin, Leo Coin, Bitcoin Pepe, Flat Earth, and STX AI. And our jackpot round, sponsored by Skullcoin, has 50 STX up for grabs today. First rule of Skullcoin is you must share out the live stream, guys. Share out the live stream. Get it out to your friends. Let them know. We have the more people that play, the more fun it is. And that's really just the bottom line. We get more prizes, we get more sponsors, and we get more friends playing with us on the regular. So share out the live stream. Again, that's rule number 1. And then we're on the Skullcoin page and we're waiting. Looks like GP has already taken it to get the screen share going today, my man. And we are ready whenever you are, sir, for the countdown.
Okay, let's make countdown. GP, can you count down, please?
5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Let's go.
Okay, let's go. Let the hunt begin. This round for new players and some of players who won like 1-2 times. Just keep going, keep like teaching them how to play. But our goal to form the very like good leaderboard, understanding who is on top to the 1st August, because in the beginning of August there will be 1 year anniversary of Find2Earn and we will give the prizes.
Oh my gosh. So guys, it's now or never to win some rounds and move up that leaderboard. Get in the game. Get in the game. I don't know where Melanie is. She said she was going to join us this morning.
Okay, we have a winner. It's a Dream Chaser. He was the first who
Hey,
found.
well, you go, Dream Chaser.
And be ready for open rounds. Our goal, we manage with Peace, with GP. We understand that our goal to make this game fun and simple. So all the games of open rounds, it will be like you just have to guess using the compass. It could be on the source, salt, on north, on east, on west, and just guess where is location. You have just one chance, but also you can just understand and be the first and win the prizes, real money prizes. Yeah, and talking about BoostX, we just waiting for from them any like new updates. From our side, our CTO Anton, he done the smart contracts for testnet, so it's only on the side of development of BoostX.
You mean for the treasure hunt game for the seed
Yeah,
phrase?
it's like with BoostX and treasure hunt game, we're ready for a long time, so we can try something new when they will be ready.
Nice. I love it. And we do utilize BoostX to distribute all of these prizes. You do need to have a BNS in your X username. Like I have PeaceLoveMusic.btc or DeOrganized.btc on the DeOrganized account. You need to have that in order to receive BoostX funds on X. So you should absolutely do that. And if you need a BNS, go over to BNS.1 and mint one today. You can get a .stx name for like, 20 cents worth of stack.
Yeah, it's like 1.7 stack, something like that, for BNS.1.
Right. Not even right. It's like actually like 10 cents, less than 10 cents worth of stacks. So we are ready for round two. By the way, huge shout out to ROOcoin, the sponsor for that last round. ROOcoin is an OG community project on Stacks. Tons of stuff. Huge shout out to the Stacks Invaders. Guys, go follow at Stacks Invader, by the way. It's a brand new, it is the official, finally getting a new account for Stacks Invaders for the project. So get out and follow them. It is a new account, so they need all the support they can get, and I'm excited because it probably means that there's some new stuff coming out for Stacks Invaders that they're doing this. So be on the lookout for that as well.
Yeah, okay, we are ready. We are ready to continue our game set. Let's go. I will count down. The next game will be STX AI game. The games are not so hard, but you have to be focused and you have to be the first person. But even if you like found the locations and you are the second, you see you are the third, just post, make the more comments, the better the game engagement. And we just become bigger. Don't forget you have to repost the organized show, stream and like and repost the games. Okay, we are launching 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, let's go. 700 STS AI, and the prizes go is bigger because the Bitcoin is at the high. It means like the all altcoins will go as higher and prices in dollars will go higher.
That's right. It's everything's gonna rip when Bitcoin rips like this.
Yeah, you have to find exactly this place. We approve the rule of 3 steps. If you 3 steps far, it's okay.
All right. I just wonder whether the building is actually tilted like it is in the Ghibli image.
Yeah, sure. Ghibli is very good.
I think I found it.
Nice. But people so fast to making in comments posting.
Top turvy building.
Somebody might have beat me.
Let's see. Let's check. Yeah, we see like the Nixie fine, but he's so far. Nixie, we cannot count this one. 1, 2, 3. Okay, PeaceLoveMusic is the winner.
Let's go! Sorry, Nixie. I beat Orange by 12 seconds. Where are you at, buddy?
Crazy.
Let's go. Let's go.
Let's go.
It's a good day.
Yeah, he beats only 1 MS and orange, like, yeah, 12 seconds. Nixie, you are too far from the actual place. Okay, let's go. We continue. Everyone get ready. So the month July and the end of July and August will be big for Skullcoin, but it doesn't mean you have to buy the cryptocurrency. Our main slogan will be "Don't buy Skullcoin," and it will be very funny because you will see what happens. Yeah, just wait. Just wait. Because in August will be anniversary of Find2Earn and our cryptocurrency, and it will be fun what's going to happen. But don't buy it. Yeah. We don't need holders. We are okay. Okay,
I have a
let's
death
go.
grip on my. I would never sell my skull coin ever.
Yeah.
Because I want to hold. I don't ever want to have to. I want to be able to not just say I have it, but that I've had it for so long.
We just playing the game on the market. Okay, let's go. We are ready.
We are ready. Who's doing a countdown?
Who wanna count down?
I'll
What
do-
game you want to play? The Pepe, the Leo, the Flat? Choose.
Let's do flat.
Okay, you have to find the cows.
Oh, I love the cows. I love
Let's
the
go.
cows. Let's
Make
go.
countdown.
In we're gonna do it in Italian for my Italian heritage. Who used to have a dairy farm? Since we're doing the cows, we're gonna go. Cinque, quattro, tre, due, uno. Come con. I don't know how to say "let's go" in Italian.
Okay,
let's
let's
go.
go. The game is launched. You have to find cows. Let's go. Repose the game. Like and repose the game.
Guys, make sure you like and repost the game rounds.
Look at that baby cow on that trim. How do you get it?
Orange Satan chat, look behind you. He's a close.
He was close. He was close.
Let's go, let's go. Orange is always close, he's just watching. Give an opportunity everyone to win.
I hope he gets back from vacation soon. I miss seeing him on the show.
Yeah, it's it's a summer here where I live. Like besides underworld, here is just 35 Celsius. But 1 week ago it was like 10. So it's crazy changes in temperatures.
That's nuts.
Yeah.
That's a big swing. That's how people get the flu. Well,
Yeah,
that
that's why I live in underworld. Okay, we have a winner and it's DGen Hush.
Let's go, DGen Hush. Congratulations. Hunters get back. Get back to the Skullcoin page. Also, make sure if you have not yet, share out the live stream. And let's go. Let's go beat Pepe next, sir.
Okay, there is a BPP is very serious like a game.
It's a serious one.
As always. Very serious picture. Like Pepe doing some business.
All
Okay,
right.
everyone get back. We'll
Mark
give
is
you
a
like
businessman for sure. So
1 minute. Let me show you the Pepe picture maybe just for fun.
yeah, sure.
People can just focus better.
Oh,
Okay. As everyone see, the game is easy, but in same time it's fair competition. We have different winners. Everyone can win, and that's cool thing of our process. It's very hard. It's very hard to create. Yeah, Pepe is he's pitching his project. We see.
Yeah, I like it. I like
Yeah,
it.
it's like his co-founder.
You didn't know this, but it's just kind of there's a synchronicity here for whatever reason. This morning it was very hot and muggy, and I'm on my computer like getting the show set up about 7 a.m. No shirt on, and all of a sudden I hear someone drop into the studio. I'm like, oh my God. Like I'm sitting there, shirt off on this with, I'm still on the screen. We're not live, but they can see me. Fortunately, it was just Hattie coming in to try out, to make sure some stuff was working for him. He's got a new laptop and you want to get it set up because they're coming on for the SIP call later. But I was working, I was committing some serious business this morning with no shirt on. So this does fit.
Look at that guy.
Okay, nice. We're ready to launch.
All right, so we're back on GP and we're ready. Who wants to do it?
Okay, again, we have elder statement who want harder games. Our friend always want harder games. Okay, let make it like medium rare.
All right.
Escape him.
I was gonna say you haven't solved the easy games.
Yeah. Okay, let's go. We are ready. Count down, please.
In 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Let's go.
Let's go. Yeah, let's go.
Bit.
Guys, don't forget to like and repost the game round. 300,000 B Pepe up for grabs.
Yeah, very serious game. You have to find this man somewhere. Let's go, hunters, who will join the leaderboard.
I'm just glad I caught a win so I'm not getting knocked off the leaderboard. It's been too long.
Yeah.
GP needs one.
Yeah.
Okay, we're waiting until like elder statement win this one. Oh no, looks like we have a winner and it's Crypto Lady.
Hey, Crypto Lady. I love Elder Statesman, by the way. I was only joking with the bro, but well done, Crypto Lady.
Guys, it's working.
Oh yeah?
Nice.
I managed to create like a little compiled bundle of like Stacks transactions code and also my like Hooter farming, like yield farming code, which is basically just calling one contract. But I made this little bundle. It's like 200 kilobytes of just minified JavaScript. But I ran it and it successfully created a smart contract transaction on chain.
Dope, man. That's awesome. Awesome. You know what? We actually we probably have a little bit of time between the end of Find2Earn and the beginning of SIP call. And or if you want it, it doesn't even, that's kind of Stacks improvement and innovation related. So happy to have you kind of, if you want to demonstrate a little bit more before the SIP call, we can definitely do that.
I can try.
Yeah, okay, we're ready. Let me count down the Leo game, the last game before jackpot, and we start in 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, go.
Alrighty, let's take a look at the Leo. This thing is taking a ride on a trike. Looks like somewhere in Asia. Let me take a look. I'll repost this real quick.
Yeah, this game you have just to follow the road.
Follow the
Yes,
road. Exactly.
you have coin flip yes to go on the north or on the south and find location.
It's a lot of bikes.
Yeah, there's a lot. Yeah, there is a lot of bikes. Looks like we're looking around in Bangladesh.
The first time I dropped in, I was like, "Oh my god, I found it right away." No, I didn't. There's a lot of bikes. You know what I will say this though? Something about a society where the people are out and walking around and in public, like just engaging and living life. Like we don't really have that where I am. Like, nobody's out walking around, going to stores and stuff, or even like biking. It's all just everyone's inside. I miss I miss this kind of atmosphere to some degree where there's just people.
There's so many bikes.
It's definitely no, that's not the same one, I don't think. No. I found one that looked similar.
What's this guy got? I'm gonna try.
Yeah, okay, we have a winner. It's Isaac. We found it.
Hey, let's go.
Give opportunity
On the right
to
bike.
play and have some fun. Yeah.
All right, so guys, get back. Jackpot round 50 STX up for grabs. Do make sure you share it out the live stream. You do not want to find the jackpot round just to have the game master give your prize to somebody else because you didn't share out the live stream or like and share the game rounds. Make sure you like and share the game rounds and share out the live stream. And also, just a reminder for everybody, we will be having the SIP call launching sometime between 10:15 and 10:30 today. Hattie and Hero will be joining us. I will have to drop out around 11 a.m. because I have a prior engagement, but GP will be here to help, and Hattie also can run the show. So we'll have they can take that conversation as long as you guys are willing to go. And looking forward to some more SIP talk in a little bit.
I don't know if I'm gonna make it. I might go to sleep. But yo, this thing is so fast. It's crazy. With the code bundle just stuffed in there.
Yeah, it is interesting to see after. Okay, we have like last game. We have jackpot round, 50 stacks to grabs. It's about 40 USD, and this price will be bigger because stacks is up only. Be ready. So the last game for today. The game is not so hard. We are going to Cartagena, and you have to find the blue building. Okay, we are ready to launch. I will count down. Jackpot round. Be focused, everyone. We start in 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Let's go. Last game for today. We want to see the winner
Oh,
because we are going to weekend after.
Let's go. I need a weekend badly.
almost there.
Almost there.
We're looking for the jackpot chest. Here next to this blue building. Let's figure out where in the world is it.
Anyone can like share the screen? Okay, we see it. Yeah. Yeah, it's not so close to starting location. Better to play from the satellite view. And we will give you the clue. We will give you the clue in like 1 minute, maybe.
Hey, what's up, Hero? We're just finishing the jackpot round for Find2Earn. How you doing today, man?
Yeah, good, better, slightly better.
Ricky Ricardo posted a little while ago, I'm from the moon and I can see BTC approaching. I think you see it. I think he might see it actually going further away because it might be past the moon at this point.
Oh my, it's going up again. Man, I seriously wish BTC wasn't so high.
Everyone feels that way when it rips.
Back or back.
I did not get enough. Never, ever, ever do.
Yeah, it's going up only. We will give you the clue. Everyone look along the shore, so look on the coastline. It's on the coastline,
It's on the
near the
coast.
water.
All right. Let's see. Let's see.
And we add also one more clue. So everyone get ready, the clue is just launching. You have to go on the west. If you're watching the organized show, you can get the advantage. We given the clue for the jackpot round. You have to go on the west. We will give you only the couple minutes because this is not so hard right now. Okay, this is on the coastline on the west, and this coastline is defended from the old, like the castle buildings, whatever. It was the close who is streaming.
Oh, GP, you're close. You're
What?
close, GP.
Yeah, but not anymore.
Oh, you were close, GP.
Peace, how do you broadcast the music? Where do you broadcast it from?
It's so there's a. I actually have a tab in Restream that says music, and I can upload music. But there's also like just a bunch of different categories that are AI generated
All right,
music.
I see.
But you have to have a You feeling all right, Hero?
No, past like rarely.
You sound worse. You sound worse than the last time I heard you.
Yeah, just a bit of cough to be honest. But yeah, I'm okay. I'm alive. It's nothing to be honest. Like in the grand scheme of things. But I rarely like I'm not someone who get sick usually. So like in a year, I probably get sick like twice or less.
Well, that's good because we need you. We need the full Hero in action. But take some rest. You've been doing a lot of work lately, so make sure you're getting a lot of rest.
Okay, everyone, like 1 minute. We give you last clue. Okay, we want to see the winner. This coastline behind the wall, the old wall. The coastline defended by the wall, like a great wall. So you go to the west, to the left from starting location, and you can find this. Just zoom in and find the wall, the coastline. $40. It's a good price.
It's definitely a good prize.
So idea is very simple. If I turn around from this blue building, I will see the wall. Not the fence, but the wall. Okay, everyone. If no winner, we will move the price tomorrow. We give you like 30 seconds because we
Zenny,
don't want.
Zenny is trying to give these stacks away, guys.
Yeah.
I can't find it either. I found a fence, but not a wall. But it's a good map. And I think that the clues were helpful. It's just there is a lot of coastline.
Okay. 20 seconds.
20 seconds.
We just don't want to hold this forever. But the price in the Monday will be bigger.
That's right.
But you will be shamed since the clues was very, very close. You can find it. Okay, everyone, stop the game. We will move the price to Monday. Check coordinates where it was.
All right. Let's see. Where did he?
GP was very close.
Damn, I was close.
Yeah, GP just found all the area around this place.
Yeah, everything but.
Everything but
Seriously, I was looking all the way around it.
Oh man, I was actually in
I was literally on the other side.
yeah, I was in a similar area at one point too, but I didn't catch the wall.
Yeah, I believe the people just unlucky today, but in Monday the price will be like 60 stacks or bigger, and we'll see.
60 stacks for Monday, guys. Do tune in. Another great episode of
like
Find
right
to
here.
Earn. Thank you so much,
All
Xenitron.
around.
Really appreciate you. Thank you all the hunters. Guys, stay tuned. We'll be coming into the stacks improvement proposal call momentarily. But we always love our time with the Game Master. Whoops, that's not good. Well, thank you.
Thanks for show.
Thank you guys for watching Find to Earn and playing. And Zenny, you have a great weekend, man. Thank you so much for joining. You're welcome to stay for the sip call if you want to, but I know you got things going on in the underworld.
Here I have to go, yeah, and I have some work.
I'll see you later
See you,
tonight,
man.
dude.
See you, everyone.
Oh, more
Love
Find to Earn tonight in the Discord.
Yeah, we have Find2Earn tonight
Yeah,
in the ZES Discord. 6 rounds. Be ready.
Let's
The
go.
game is not finished. See you.
See you. All right. So we have Hero in the house. Rosa, are you still with us?
I am.
Hero, did you catch what Rosar was working on earlier?
I saw Token Man.
Let's Rosar, you want to share real quick while we're waiting for Hattie to jump in?
Sure. Yes. Yes.
I was thinking branding. That could get in trouble. Token Man, even though it's different, but just from my experience, they will.
Yeah, like you're stealing the likeness of the logo and stuff like that. But I think it's at this point that's not probably the actual ultimate logo. I'm assuming.
Yeah, it just depends how far you take it in the future.
I was going to take this logo to the end.
Oh, okay.
And use it forever.
Yeah, I like
Let's
it.
go.
I'm going to down this hill. Me and Nintendo. Let's go.
I wonder if we should have like a Minecraft kind of style, like pixel related branding, like Minecraft.
All right, where were we? Hang on. Okay, screen sharing. That's where I was. Bing, bang, boom. Check it out. Clear logs. Run. So I got this bundle of code. Just looks like a big old block of compiled code.
Can you zoom in a little bit?
There's nothing to see there. It's just gibberish. I paste it in here.
The buttons or anything though on the
Then I
console.
run this,
That's better.
and it basically instantly executes. You can say it says transaction rejected, no, not enough funds, and I get a valid TXID. But I'll just show you how fast it is. Like,
So as a user, what do I get out of it?
3 seconds. You can automate anything you want. Stack stuff, Bitcoin stuff, even other chain, even like Solana or Ethereum stuff. But yeah, like you just go here, make a bot, paste in the code you want to run. So like I could just click this. I mean, I could just copy paste this and send it to you, and you could paste it in. Although I'm probably gonna like bake it into the system so it's easier, so that you just have to paste something smaller. But yeah, then you set like a schedule, like how often do you want to yield farm? Because every time you run this code, you like collect money. You know, because you're basically harvesting from the yield farm. So you just put it like every 5 minutes and just collect money every 5 minutes.
So if you have new yield,
Yeah.
if you have enough on there that you're generating yield that quickly, but it can actually do that.
Yeah. But the Charisma yield farm does generate yield every. You can harvest every fast block, so 5 minutes is not unreasonable.
But if I don't know coding, all I want to do is click some buttons and set some parameter without looking at codes. Can I just have some button to press?
Yeah, I could probably make it so it's just like a single link that you like a URL I share, and it like spins up everything, like spins you up your first bot with a you know, this yield farming strategy set up on it. You still need to you need to fund it somehow. I mean, I guess I could give you a bot that already is funded, but you know, it's not.
I think what would make sense for user would it be something like when you fill out a survey, you know, you click like multiple choices stuff. So you go through 10 different things and then you select whichever relevant. So I imagine if you had like 3 categories, and in each categories I need to select which button for me to press, and I don't need to know like how it's done behind the scene in codes. All I need to know is the eventual buttons I need to press as a user.
And what would those buttons be?
I don't know. I'm asking you, like almost like what do these mean? What can I select? Is it like the length of time and how frequency? So would it be like 5 minutes, 6?
I don't think those even matter. I think all people want is APY, like highest APY.
Okay.
Like it's basically like in people's minds is like risk, APY, and initial investment is sort of the variables they're playing with.
So could that be like exactly what you just said, those 3 things, and all I need to do is select the parameters and then I go execute?
Sure, but I only have one strategy here, so it doesn't really matter what they want. There's only one thing they can do it currently, you know?
So what I was suggesting is if you incentivize users to go and create bots that are available for others to use, like a decentralized bot creation, where then they can actually almost like you have bots available for people to go use. Those bots can have, you know, the one who designs the best user interface that makes it easier for more users to use will be the most profitable bots, and then users actually pay a percentage of whatever they are using the bot for, either trading fees or yield or whatever. A little bit of that goes to the creator of the bot. I think that would be an interesting concept. Plus, then you're incentivizing more people to build bots on there and innovate how it gets designed.
So is it like a little bit like I'm seeing some people post on X like their yield strategy? Essentially, we want to bring that here
Yes. What are you showing us, GP? Is that guy making the dough? What's going on?
Yeah, this is a Tokimon bot. You could even use Tokimon bot to make.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah, dude. This is what This is one of the ones that Rosar put together.
That
Looks
looks
like
about
he's
right.
doing something not right to that dough.
Doing something to that
I
task.
don't know what he's doing to that though.
Yeah, but baby steps. This is a very, very powerful system. It's more powerful than any automation or bot framework I've seen before, because most of them are like people are sort of making like templates and sharing templates with each other, or like there's certain activities you can like opt into, like having like most of these systems are like there's mechanics that the devs make and then you can like use them, whereas this is just like a sandbox. It's as flexible as your imagination, really. So
any token from any
yeah,
chain.
really anything. It's basically like a Lambda function on like AWS. So like it's really anything you can imagine you can do with it. The one thing I will say about like a fee sharing system is it's a little hard to enforce that, because like someone could just like look at someone else's bot and then just like copy paste it. It's like strategy code into their own and then just run it. Unless they made all the strategy codes like hidden and private, but I guess
That
I
could
guess I could
create
do that.
like a
If you look
safety
at-
issue, I guess.
What's up?
That could create like security.
Well, it's so on one hand, if the strategy codes are private, we could do some sort of like fee sharing system, and there's more like proprietary the bots you build. So that's the bonus there. But if the strategy codes are public, then it's more like growth oriented. Like people can like learn from each other, and like it's easier to get involved because there's not like a paywall or like a learning curve. You just can just like copy the best performing bot. You know what I mean?
Or could you have, I'm just throwing random ideas. So if whoever copies the other one and that new bot get revenue because it's like an improved version, can both of those creators almost like benefit? So the original creator also
You
benefit.
could, but I'm sure you can imagine it gets kind of complicated kind of quick, because it's like very quickly there's going to be like every bot. It's like music. It's like trying to set up a royalty stream between like every artist who's come after every artist. Like, oh, did you play like one note from that song? So you got to like pay them like 1% or something. Like it's very complicated very quickly, because like a lot of these bots are going to be borrowing ideas from many other bots.
Okay.
Like the end game here is I just run an AI system that just like I have a bot that just every like 30 minutes it just scans like all the best performing bots on the network, and then like literally reads their code, reads all of the code of all the bots, and then rewrites its own strategy utilizing like all the best ideas from all the best performing bots, and it just runs. And then like all the bots are doing this all the time, and they're basically gonna just explore the problem space and find like the best strategies that way. So very quickly it's gonna be hard to have any sort of like revenue stream. I think the incentive is just like you could make a lot of money doing this. You don't need some sort of like pyramid referral system to like be an incentive. Like you can
No,
come
but
here
like,
and, like,
so
arbitrage and
like
just make
Hero
money.
or someone like Hero or me, we wouldn't be able to code our own bots.
You definitely could, because I can have a chat interface in here very quickly where it's like you just talk to an AI and it's like, and you just tell it what you want. Be like, I want to arbitrage between all the dexes on stacks, and we'll write it for you.
That makes a lot of sense, actually.
Because it'll have all this, every other bot it can use to like reference, and it'll probably know like, oh, there's actually a ton of bots on here that are already doing that. I'll just copy their code and then write it for this guy.
I see. So it won't be. basically normies, it would be easy for normies or non-coders to be able to code their own bots because the AI will be able to be integrated into it to just
Precisely.
they can just have a conversation with the AI telling it what they want it to do, and the AI will code it.
Like this strategy code thing will go away eventually. I mean, it may not go away for like, you know, like devs who want to like really get in the weeds and like build push the boundaries of the system. But for most people, it'll go away and they'll just have an AI interface and it'll just basically utilize all the existing bots and code to build like good strategies, like good, reliable strategies. Like you'll never be able to like, I won't say never. It's unlikely you'll be able to make a breakthrough that way because the bots are basically only going to like sort of combine ideas that are already out there. They may not know how to like find new smart contracts. I don't know. Actually, I don't know what they're going to be capable of because with this template code, like you can look at the mempool, so you can see new contracts that are just popping up that no one's seen before. So I don't really know what's possible, but we're about to find out. So yeah, but you don't need a code to do this. You won't need to. I just need to, you know, slap on a little chat interface, and then it'll write the code for you. I just need to have enough examples in here so that it can like reference them and easily create stuff. So that's what I'm doing now.
And that's what you've been working on, like parsing different, you know, clarity codes, right? And different functions and putting them in a package and different, you know, so are you referencing any of that with this?
Say that again?
So like, remember how you were working on making different clarity functions and then like parsing the functions and putting them into like little packages, like little, you know, packages of data.
Like earlier this call or like earlier this year?
Like, yeah, earlier this month.
Yeah, I mean, that was what I was just
like
literally working on like in the last 30 minutes. Trying to figure out how I can like get the essential, like, you know, like Stacks Transactions is probably the most essential library for this because it handles like all the stuff you need to like just do a headless contract call and like broadcast it to the Stacks blockchain. So like that's a necessity to do any sort of like on contract calling. So having that,
how could you,
is important.
like, how could you see, like, you know, now that we have this like wormhole integration with like NTT technology to where it's, you know, we have stacks going multi-chain, so to speak. How could you see people using this?
Same thing, just like call wormhole stuff on this. You know, like there's like a bridge. There's
like
APIs for like bridging and, you know, all that stuff, bridging and swapping tokens, and, you know, just it's just like the Stacks SDK, except you can pick which chain you want. So you can pick Stacks or Solana. So yeah, very quickly you'll be able to do like multi-chain arbitrage. I'm not gonna say very quickly. I'm just saying like if we're using Wormhole with this, you could do multi-chain arbitrage. I want to get like MEXC on here, so like the MEXC developer API, and then start like arbitraging Welsh between MEXC and the dexes on Stacks. Yep, you can do a lot with this thing. Tokimon, man.
Tokimon, bro. I like it.
Tokimon.
Like, should be like a Pikachu with a joint or something, like the meme shape.
I mean, it's just, you know, it's not necessarily, you know, it can be whatever you want it to be. Let's put it that way.
I think it seems like, you know, it's like quite early on Stacks, because I can imagine if something like this on other chain will be taken up very quickly.
What would?
Like a lot of people might be using it because they are much more developed, like DeFi aware, so to speak, or the arbitrage is much more happens much more there.
Yeah, it's not too hard to get arbitrage on Stacks. Like if I spent more time on it, I could probably, you know, get a bit more, but I don't know. It's just like there's sort of diminishing returns with it. Like at a certain point, you just get less and less out of it, and I don't know. I have better things to spend my time on than trying to balance liquidity pools.
How is that liquidity pool SIP going?
What? I see you retweet it every few months, which I appreciate. But yeah, nowhere.
What's going on with that?
Well, actually, in that sense, to be perfectly honest, it actually is moving forward unofficially in a grassroots sense because FactFun uses the same. They use that SIP, so now there's two dexes that actually use the same interface.
Okay, that's
and
cool.
we're interoperable. Like every time they list a token, Charisma can use it. Every time Charisma lists a token, FactFun can use it.
So you're proving out the standard.
We're doing it right. We're not just forcing it through like some sort of bureaucrats. All right, we are actually democratically decentralized making this protocol.
And who is the next candidate who might adopt this?
I was trying to talk Koa into it, like having a Stack City dex and using the pool spec.
Totally should put a dex on STX City.
Yeah, because then you got three grassroots dexes all using the same interface, and still Bitflow won't aggregate it. Fucking guys, it's been 6 months and these guys won't aggregate my pools.
Is it because they?
Is there a reason why?
It's because they're afraid of me. That's why.
Oh.
They're afraid of how powerful Charisma will become if they aggregate the pools. They know it. We all know it. We all see it.
Really?
It's unspoken. But it's all right.
The charisma is undeniable.
Yeah. The Riz is irresistible.
The Riz.
That needs to be a token on stacks called Riz.
Many tokens have risen and fallen under the Riz ticker. It's a dangerous ticker.
So, Peace, are you staying for a bit?
I'm gonna stay for the next 23 minutes or so, and then I gotta drop off and make myself slightly more presentable. Like I'm going to set some politicians straight, but really I'm just celebrate my friend and his longtime wife's love, and they get married today. Thank God.
They love each other a long time.
They love each other long. They have 3 children together.
Very long time.
This is just him making her feel better about it, and it's long overdue. And I'm glad for him because he's stepped up. My former bass player, so he's obviously, if you guys have ever been in a band, bass players are. The whole band was head cases, so I don't want to single him out, but he's also a head case. He'll be the first one to admit. So, but a good friend of mine, and I wish him well. I'm hoping we can actually get some kind of acoustic jam going I'm going to bring my guitar. I'm driving up with our old keyboard player. He's bringing his melodica, which is a piano that you use like air power through, so you blow into it while you're playing. And it's we did that when my brother plays the probably bring a hand drum and some harmonica. So we'll have a guitar, some keys, a harmonica. And
are you gonna bring something Bitcoin just to give people?
I'm going to be wearing my Bitcoin Pepe socks that Nobody Famous sent me in a care package, and I do have a tie. This is actually my. This is a sash, but I might actually rock this as my tie. I might tie this. I don't know if you guys can see the Bitcoin Pepe pimp. I think I'm going to rock this.
I like the colors from red, purples, and blacks. It's working.
Yeah. She's really talented at making merch, dude. Like, she makes the sickest merch.
She really does.
So, Hattie, I was thinking we can decentralize leadership a little bit today. So why don't you take us for today's SIP?
Take it for today's SIP.
I mean, what I mean is, why don't you lead the discussion?
You want me to drive it today?
Yeah, why not?
Okay.
Take a sip.
And that'll give me a chance to take a sip.
Yeah. I know you wrote some topic.
I just threw some stuff out to see how which is my ideas.
Yeah. Let's talk about it.
Yeah, well, I think the most important thing to talk about is obviously SIP31. So that's obviously going really well.
Yeah.
People should still go and vote. It's super important to be a part of it. Because you need to know how the process works, because it's going to get more important. As you can see, Bitcoin hit an all-time high, or a few in a row, keeps going. So it's actually important to understand how consensus works on the leading Bitcoin layer 2 stacks. So SIP31 is going to be super important for us to grow the ecosystem, especially as you can see the markets are moving at the moment. And hopefully we're not going to see too much paper Bitcoin.
Yeah.
I've been talking about it for over a year now. So let's see. So yes, SIP31, please go and vote. I don't know if you want to bring it up, Hero. Like what it looks like at the moment, how many people have actually committed? Because it's actually phenomenal how much has been committed so far.
Yeah, I think there's been over 200 million votes, as in like STX voting power. I think we've probably over 700 people, like just on STX Eco alone. Stack and DAO probably have, I don't know, 500 or 1,000, I guess, votes. I'm thinking. Yeah, so I think we have a pretty decent turnout. Yeah, it's not like thousands and thousands or tens of thousands or hundreds of thousands, but yeah, I think we know like our ecosystem is pretty loyal and not like I'm pretty. Yeah, no, I think it's a pretty good result so far, and overwhelmingly seems like a yes. I think I'm seeing stats over 96% or 95%. That's, I guess, without Stacking DAO even voted, or has Stacking DAO voted? I don't know.
The vote. Well, I think they're wrapping up votes tomorrow, and then we'll be casting their vote.
Yeah.
I think the last day of the vote today.
Cool. Yeah. So 2 days left to vote. Yeah, I think just like a bit of retroactive, I guess that's what Hattie was indicating. I think the process went pretty well, right? I think we all learned how it works better than the previous SIPs, I would hope.
But way better. We set the model. I want to shout out both Hero and Hattie, actually, because we've been working, and Blockface and a number of other people in the ecosystem, but really Hero and Hattie have been driving, organizing the SIP process and identifying how that's supposed to work, and just kind of really driving this amplification machine. And we've been working on this for a long time, and SIP31 came out, and I don't think it could have been, there's a number of factors here, right? But I think us having done all the groundwork for the last 6 to 8 months prior to that coming out made a huge impact on it being able to come out as organized and as reachable as it did, along with the commitment by the SIP authors to get out there and come in and talk and give us all and hear the feedback and drive engagement. You know, there's a number of things, but I think that yes, SIP31 was it's the boilerplate on how it should be done moving forward. You know, and I think it was a huge catalyst for the ecosystem with the energy it's brought around it.
Yeah, so I just wrote down a couple of notes. SIP author feedback, really key. The organized media, for me, it was key as well in this process. So I really just see it as a governance platform where communities converge, and having deputies or some personnel, like key personnel like yourself, GP, had it in place, I think also led to the success of it. So I think some of these things we definitely, at least the ones that are in our control, we should double down. I think SIP author side is a bit of hit and miss. It really depends on the SIP author. But we can always accompany SIP author with other people, right?
Right. Well, and that's the thing, is that with us kind of establishing that this is our role with DeOrganized, this is the channel for doing that, or a channel for doing that. it makes it easier for us to go out to the SIP authors and say, this is the process. You got to come on the shows. You got to come out into some spaces so that we can get some feedback and get some interest so that people come out and talk to you about your SIP.
Yeah.
And so and we can even we didn't have this mechanism when Rosar launched his SIP. If we had, we might have been able to move it forward a little bit more rapidly. Maybe not, because it also has to feel out. Like this SIP 31 was a special case too, because it touches so many people in the ecosystem, where liquidity pools is a little bit more specific to certain groups. Like same thing with Dan's Stacks Pay, that SIP and the payment links, that has to actually, the people that are involved have to get involved. SIP 31, anyone that wanted to be involved could get involved, and that's actually part of it too. So I think maybe that's part of the way to look forward to it, is encouraging people that maybe otherwise wouldn't be involved in the ideas and or the discussion around liquidity pools, for instance. Get them in, get some interest from the people that you wouldn't expect, and get that kind of engagement and participation as well. But yeah, I think overall we're just we can feel really good about the direction we're headed.
I think what Hattie, I guess, correct me if I'm wrong, what you want to achieve out of this is to document that better, right? Yeah,
I think this is like 31 is a special case, and it gives us a huge opportunity for exposure and to test it under a larger there's a larger funnel that we've got. And I think going forward, it's a nice framework for us to say, okay, well, it's really important, as we can see with SIP 31 and with other SIPs, getting the authors in front of the community, so the community actually understands what this is, and then get valuable feedback from that, just like we had with SIP 31 and how Mitchell took over and helped us sort of coordinate, and then Alex did a lot for us as well to understand how things operated and to give that information up. That's vitally important, that front end loading part of it. And then I think just following on with the conversation from there to carry on having that discussion as the SIP. But I do think we need to, when 31's finished, we do need to have like a washout session and say, okay, well, what worked, what didn't work, and how will we use this in the future? And I think a good opportunity for us herein lies from the SIP perspective is to say, we know that they have put some money aside for governance in the foundation, which is going to allow us to do a few things. And this is our opportunity to outline that and then understand where do we need to apply funding perhaps to make sure that we make this successful, because 31 has shown us that we can grow adoption and we can grow consensus through the user base by having something this large and by advertising it and incorporating and engaging people and users in the process. So I think this has been vitally important.
Right. SIP itself is an engagement tool. Regardless of what's actually being proposed, it's opportunity to just kind of promote something and get feedback and interactivity from the community. And it gives people something to do in the space as well.
Yeah, no, 100%. We sometimes, like, D-Grounds, I see just like, and I talked about it on the video. It's just like a topic for people to discuss and converge and just come together. And sometimes SIP is a little bit like that too. It's just like give a reason, because if a company has no projects to collaborate as a team, then each individual just working on their own, it kind of sucks. So I think like creating some, because I was thinking like even this in the AI content world, where maybe you pair up people to collab on a video so that they have like something to do together. So yeah, no, I see it as, a reason to come together as well.
Yeah, I think this is also what people forget, like Peace alluded to as well, is that this is not just about engaging user base. This is about having the likes of Rosar come on, talk about what we're building, but not only what we're building, this is about highlighting the builders in the space that are doing tremendous work that sometimes we don't see because we never pull those curtains. And user base and new users coming to the system, or even investors coming to the system, are looking at going, I don't know where to start. And SIP is an amazing place to pull the curtains back and say, here's Rosar, this is what he's building, this is something amazing. Here's Dan, this is what he's building, this is amazing. And they can see potential and perhaps want to drive those projects forward. So we're not reliant on other places for funding. We need to build out this funding pool of people coming in, understanding what we're building and driving our builders forward. And we need to build that VC layer in our ecosystem. I think SIP is vitally important to that. But highlighting people like Rosar, people like Dan, people like Larry.
Freeger.
A legend, yes.
Yeah, exactly.
Oh, cool. I noted down, document the process more and better, and also do a retroactive session after the SIP passed.
Yeah.
Cool. What else, Hattie?
I don't know. I haven't had a chance today to look. I've been in the weeds, building, writing stuff. But maybe looking at the forum. I don't know if there's anything new on the forum. We may want to check if there's anything outstanding on the forum or anything new that might have been highlighted.
Yeah, nothing new. Just the one I posted, to be honest. And there were some. I think a couple of weeks ago there were maybe last week. No. On the 8th, just a few days ago, there was like a chain hold, I guess, and somebody explained what's going on, what happened there, like a post-mortem, but isn't something SIP related unless they figured out something that needs to become a SIP. I don't know. I didn't see it. So apart from that, let me check. No, just voting live and just the quantum resistant thing. I know you had some thoughts about quantum and AI resistant.
No, as I said, I think we need to start the discussion earlier rather than later to talk about quantum. We definitely we are extremely lucky on Stacks that we have gigabrains and gigabrains that have stayed around for a long time, people that haven't left. So we're extremely lucky that we have people who have very deep knowledge of Clarity, which then allows us to front run when it comes to AI. So I think Rosa is probably a really good person to talk to about AI and quantum resistance to understand how we could better protect ourselves.
We had, we actually brought this up with Alex Miller on Wednesday, and his response actually surprised me a little bit, but it makes a lot of sense. He said, I really am not, it's not on my radar at all right now. And he said, it's actually an easy fix for Stacks, and all it is just changing some encryption on the wallet side of things. It's not as simple as that, but almost. But he said it doesn't matter what Stacks does if Bitcoin doesn't actually handle their quantum resistance thing. So it's really a matter of that conversation going the right way. And I wonder if that even is something that we need to, because it is integral to Stacks, maybe it is something we need to actually focus on the Bitcoin side of things as a community, maybe get involved in some of that conversation and help drive some of that on the Bitcoin BIP side of things, if we can.
Yeah, it's I think the beauty of targeting the BIP side of it will show, and what Alex just alluded to is how closely tied we are as STX and as the Stacks layer, how closely tied we are to Bitcoin. So things on the Bitcoin layer are going to affect us.
Yeah.
So that's actually a really good selling point, and to start driving the conversation around the BIP actually highlights ourselves as the leading layer too.
Right. And it actually, part of the conversation on the whatever morning, Tripp had brought up that Farmer Joe, who was on earlier this week, was on the BitFlow show or the Hermetica show. And he made a post this morning about all of the stuff on DeFi, Bitcoin DeFi, and didn't mention Stacks at all. Mentioned like every other L2, L1, sidechain, everything. Didn't mention Stacks.
Maybe he's filling his bags up, Peace, before everyone else comes.
Maybe. Could be. But the conversation went around, how do we get those guys, the Meta Protocol guys, the Ordinals guys, more interested in, get them to take a second look at Stacks, because a lot of them might not have been back here since, we were at $3.50 and 10-minute blocks, and no actual, and we had here Trip was saying we had STX 20s and stacks maps and a bunch of stuff that was just mimicking ordinal stuff with that and with the same block times and none of the advantages we have now. So that giving us doing something where we're actually integrating with Bitcoin proper and focusing on BIPs through the SIP awareness might actually be a good way to also kind of expand to that user base outside of the Stacks ecosystem, but on Bitcoin proper.
Yeah, one thing I thought, like a bit of narrative marketing perspective, is that I don't know the technical side of things, but if we can start calling ourselves like the first quantum resistant layer, so that people can feel safer operating on stacks, or maybe like quantum ready, let's say.
So what it would require for stacks is a change in, so all of your wallets now that you've transacted with Bitcoin and stacks, all of your addresses would actually have to be changed and migrated to a new system.
I think so. Yeah, that's my understanding. Even
because
Bitcoin.
Anything you've transacted with in the past, your public key is exposed. So quantum will allow deduction of your private key from your public key. So public keys can't be made, like it has to be encrypted differently in order for quantum resistance. So any of your past transactions that expose your public key, once quantum attacks become viable, your old wallets will actually be just up for grabs. It's just a matter of time before it gets to your public key and figures it out. So everything has to be, all of the wallets have to be transitioned to new wallet addresses in order for that to happen. So I don't know if there's a way to be quantum ready, short of being able to just flip a switch when it's time.
That's what I would like to achieve out of my thing. It's like, I don't want to, it happens one day, after in 10 years, like we finally break Bitcoin somehow, and then stacks need to take 3 months to turn the switch on. I think the switch needs to be turned on as soon as.
I think there's going to be something that has to happen at the user level, though, to transition to a new wallet address.
I think that's on Bitcoin. I think maybe on stacks it can be easier, because in Bitcoin you can't just upgrade and move everybody's address. I asked this question on Twitter, like, can you just auto migrate my coins to the new address, basically?
No.
And also said no.
Yeah,
basically. I think it seems like you gotta do it yourself.
Right. So it's actually a PR problem too, because explaining to users, especially users that are new, people being onboarded into account abstraction mechanisms, they don't even know the difference. You're now going to have to explain to people that there's a threat.
Yeah, I think whereas in the stacks world, I mean, again, I'm not a dev, but my assumption would be people would be okay if there was a hard fork and people just got, a little bit like BNS2, well, how BNS1, BNS2 happened. Like you maybe get an airdrop into a new address equivalent token that's already quantum resistant, then you just forget about the V1.
There's all sorts of concerns there, Harold. Like, look at what happened with Kitty when she was just doing some wallet maintenance, transferred an old NFT out of an old wallet to a new wallet, and it drained her.
Yeah.
Drained all of her stuff. So there's a lot of complexities as far as.
Yeah. I mean, that's why it would be nice to just like get ahead, have some convo, Maybe we can get one of the core devs on one day, see what they think. Although I think very few people on the stack side probably aware of this matter, but it's happening. The conversation is active on the Bitcoin side, almost like on an everyday basis now, tomorrow there will actually be a Twitter space. The SIP author will jump on one of the Bitcoin Mexico to explain to the Maxi what's going on with his bib, actually. But no, like Alex is right. Like it does take Bitcoin to get its shit together, and that's like the most impactful thing that between our two layers can be done. And I'm pretty sure some stuff still needs to happen on the stack side. But yeah, but one of the people that I respect in Bitcoin, like developer, he said it's about 30 years away. So I'm not like super worried like it's gonna happen in the next 5 years even.
Yeah, unlikely, but you never know.
Yeah, exactly.
You never know. And better to be.
We are always surprised by the progress of AI, right?
Right.
And you don't know like what's gonna happen to this.
We don't know how fastly they're going to start accumulating those qubits and making.
Could be 5 years, could be 50 years. We don't know, really.
Right. But it is going to happen. So it does have to be fixed. So whether we fix it now or kick the can down the road, the sooner the better, right?
Yeah.
Guys, great conversation. I have to drop off, but definitely continue. And much love to all of you. Actually, happy Friday, y'all. And thank you all for tuning in. And peace out. This is weird. And don't end the stream.
Don't end the
We're
stream.
gonna piece you out now.
Much love, guys. Talk to you soon.
Have a good one, man. Cheers.
Yeah, Hattie, other topics. I think you mentioned the prior SIP, what's in progress, what's new. Forum we talked about, quantum we talked about. You said about documentation.
Yep.
And
the last one was just proposals. So that was the last point. So I don't know if that's internal discussion or a discussion now.
Yeah, I don't know if there's any new proposals. To be honest, the only proposal that I can see that needs to happen is a Bridges one. That's probably the biggest, or if you know any other ones that should happen alongside that, then
which proposal is that?
The POX cool down cycle.
Cool cycle. Okay, that's the SIP. Okay. Now I was talking about proposals in light of trying to build out. What does that look like? Do we have to create a proposal?
Oh, you mean like the governance funding?
Yeah, correct. To put it to the
I don't
foundation.
actually know. I think we should probably speak to Mitchell, or Alex. And I would love, this is what I personally would love, because we've used GitHub a lot, and even Degrants, we leverage GitHub for making proposals. I mean, we leverage like spreadsheets. I mean, it worked pretty okay actually. Yeah. But I would love to see a community page, and I would love to hear from GP as well. So the way I imagine it, we have a community page on Zero.
Yep.
That's a governance working group. And then you can have proposal out in the public on Zero. And there's a historical records of what's been proposed. So if we want to leverage 5K of our budget, the proposal is up there. The specification of the proposal is up there. The impact metric is up there, but it links back to GitHub. It logs in GitHub as an itinerary as well. So if Zero were to go away, there's a record on GitHub. And there's a voting mechanism in the community page. That's how I would love to see it run, so that everything is fully public. That's just my idea.
Yeah, I like the idea of putting it on chain. That way it's traceable, and it's all on public. It's a record of everything that's like transpired, all the voting and people's opinions. I'd love to see like a chat mechanism on Zero Authority as well. That way people can kind of discuss and put in their own ideas of what should change within a proposed SIP. All of that's a great idea. And then
Because imagine if I
you're-
ask you right now, if we had, if let's say 6 months in, and we were using GitHub for proposing idea, or I don't know if they were thinking of any other platform, but currently we don't really have a platform to see everything that's happened, and 3 months in, I ask you, okay, how many proposals have we had? What are each of those funding? It's gonna take you time to like dig it out, and I'd rather see that all in one place. And the easiest place for people is to not use GitHub, is to use it something more familiar with their interface, which is like a website,
right.
like a Zero.
Yeah, great point there. It was the same argument with like the Stacks forum.
Yeah.
Using the forums and the GitHub, right? So, I do agree that and then you can also incentivize people for partaking.
Exactly, because I was thinking, if we had proposals up there, we could have bounties in the same community page.
Right.
So if I want, I can say, okay, GP is not in governance group yet for some reason, which I consider you are already GP, but just for the sake of an example, then I can say, okay, we are trialing out finding governance apprentices. If you're interested, here is $500 per month. Like, come do some work, and we will based on your real work, we reward you retroactively. Post your receipts on there, and I know you're gonna bring some really good shit to the group, and you're gonna turn up. You're gonna do some governance conversations or work and tasks, maybe lead up something. Then that bounty is all on Zero, and then let's say, okay, we're gonna propose a Q4 funding for XYZ, like that Q4 2025 proposal is actually on Zero, and everything is transparent.
Yeah, I like it.
I think I gotta.
And
sign
also,
off.
you're
See you,
earning.
Rosa.
You getting out of here,
Yes.
Rosa?
Cheers, Rosa.
Heard the dogs barking. All right, man. Happy Friday, brother.
So for
Yes.
me, if you all agree that is a good idea, we
I think
would
it's a fantastic idea.
we would not do it on GitHub. Then it really just depends whether Zero can build this out ready in time for the next 90 days or so. And I think
It's such a useful
we
platform.
don't need everybody to start using it, because I can imagine BD working group are not going to adopt this, but a governance working group can pioneer adopting it, and we show people the benefit. We demonstrate people the transparency. We demonstrate this is how we operate. And yeah, we spearhead it, and maybe we will we use it, and we will see it as a not so practical or not compatible, but we'll find out along the way. And maybe if Zero needs some funding to develop this tooling to accommodate governance working group, maybe we can even like carve out a small budget for Zero to do this work, so that a pilot of a working group can live on Zero Authority. And if that's successful, I think other working group could adopt it.
And then you're also earning reputation, right?
100%.
Reputation for
Like, I want,
participating in governance.
if you
That makes sense.
GP, if you participate in governance working group or whatever you want to call it, currently it's really hard to give you something, and it's hard to measure. So yeah, now that's one other big reason I want everybody to receive that reputation. I don't have any governance reputation right now on Zero, actually. But yeah, if we can start generating working group people can receive that tag, and yeah, it goes on everybody's profile.
So if I switch
Yeah,
caps,
that's super.
sorry. If I switch caps and put on zero authority, everything is there ready to be mapped out and understood, the processes that need to be built out. So I think the most important thing that's always been highlighted is how do we recognize people in the ecosystem? And then going back to what GP had the problem with talking about trying to get Gamma to give him a blue tick, that comes back to it again. How do we recognize OGs? How do we recognize people delivering in an ecosystem? And how do we give them that kudos and recognition? So how do they build their reputation out? And then the other part of it is, how do we show transparency in what we're doing? And how can we build out and show the right way to build out a process? And where we can include more people, because again, SIP is about onboarding people in inclusive process. So can we make that transparent and inclusive for everybody? And then can we build more, like Hero, what you keep talking about is, how do we mint like 5 more heroes? How do we mint 5 more GP? How do we mint these people? The only way we're going to do that is by building a structure and an easy way for them to onboard and come in and understand, where can I add value? And value is a two-way street, but how can we build that out and give them reputation?
Yeah, the way I if I play this out, optimistically, is that a new person in 2 years' time can go to zero authority, can go and discover different interests, such as working group, and within each working group, there are some opportunities for you to either do things as for free, that so to speak, or there are things that you can do as bounties. But whether it's free or as a bounty, you can discover the working group easier, you can participate in them easier, and that in turn will earn you reputation in the ecosystem. And it's through discovering, through zero authority, browsing different working groups or communities, so to speak. If Pepe community were to live on there, they would have some bounties on there, which many communities already have. So why don't we add a governance working group there? Why should it live in another place on GitHub? I just think if I put my business hat on, like, it just seems very disintegrated. If we were running as a business, we want almost like everything to be in one place.
Correct. I think free is probably the wrong terminology, because that's been a problem throughout even my time here. I think putting the business hat on again, we need to talk more about volunteer, and we need to talk about internships. So like you were just talking about GP. It would be an internship. You can take on a bounty as an internship, earn a badge as reputation, and if you clock up these badges, that allows you to have enough reputation or XP to then move into a paid position somewhere. So I think that's what the onboarding process looks like to me, is we need to incentivize the right people and give them a roadmap to get into the system, versus, like, I know for myself, I come in the system, I have no idea. So I just picked up the first place, did as much as I could, and GP is the same, did as much as we could, and then where do we go from there? And then there are very few people. So there's GP, there's Reese, there's 300 that have made it into potentially making a side hustle. I don't know if it's a full-time, but making something out of it. But not everybody is that successful, because there's no clear road, like pathway for everyone to come in. And that's what I see zero authority as being.
I mean, I feel like it does kind of streamline the process and makes it very clear what you like, how to move up and get better integrated within the ecosystem. You could participate in spaces, host your own, and once you I mean, there's the right mechanisms in place to where people can kind of have some oversight of how people are progressing within the ecosystem. So I like it. I mean, I think it's the perfect.
I guess it's a little bit like, I think I made a quick post the other day, some weeks ago, about how to grow in Stacks 101. I think it was observe, engage, lead, and mentor. So I'm thinking, I don't know if you were thinking that's just a general thing, but if we can help map it out in governance, if we were to launch some internship stuff, if we were to launch apprentices stuff, or if we were to say launch a mentorship stuff, I think if we architect it out and construct it out as concrete pathways, then that template could be used in other places in the ecosystem. But currently, we don't have a template. I think it's pretty vague. And if we want, we could leverage this opportunity to say, governance working group, we have a very clear pathway for you to engage. You can first observe, engage, come into one of our working group, take up a volunteer role. And once you've done enough of a volunteer role, you could become like a lead or apprenticeship maybe. I think it's giving people stability. What I like is, for example, if you've done enough volunteership in governance cap, I would offer GP like a 6-month role, because I already know he's proven out something, rather than trying to make him like do unpredictable work, bounties to prove himself. I think he's proven enough. And I said, okay, why don't you just continue focus on pushing stuff out, but here is a 3 months paid role for you to continue to engage. I think giving people a little bit more future foresight of they can stay here, use this as their home, would be good.
Yeah, well,
I mean, and you can go to any given person that's on this, say this bounty hub that is pertaining to the governance side, and you can easily go to their profile and see, what they've accomplished. Look, like I can click on my bounties that I've submitted to, my different portfolio, all of these things, the gigs that I've taken part in. So I think that, I mean, this tool here, I've said it a couple of times in this call, but it makes sense to use your authority for the governance. I mean, it makes it so much easier to look into somebody's on-chain activity and see what they're contributing to. So, like you say, you have a governance cab, and then you have a hub there that a few people have access to, and then just work it that way. I think it's cool, man. I think it's a great idea. I think it works well with governance, and I mean, the tools are there.
Yeah, 100%. I think part of what, again, putting on my zero authority hat at the moment, is displaying to communities how to use the tool and how they can build out the tool. So one of the aspects is really trying to help onboard community members and also help them to see it as a recruitment tool. So zero authority is not just a place you build your reputation and it just sits there and nothing happens. We really want to make it incentivized to make people build out, like, not to make, but that give people the opportunity. So you can use it as an internship. How does an internship work? How does it look? How do you utilize the system to build a pathway for people in? So, like for you, GP, would have been awesome to have that for Zest, or to have that for Stacking DAO, to understand, what do I need to do and how can I prove myself to get to a point, to whether it be an ambassador or whether it be a Discord mod. What are the tools that I need to get to that point? And then coming back to the SIP with Heroes, how it's the same process of building out, how do we get editors on board? How do we get SIP deputies on board? How do we mint the next leaders in the ecosystem? Because those leaders will go off to help the big projects within the ecosystem. So it's really a pathway for everyone. Hence why I spend so much time with Zero Authority.
Yeah, and then the education
Yep.
piece, right? Like you were very heavily using like awesome tools like what was it, GIM or
GimKit,
it was a
Kahoot. Yeah, there's a
GimKit.
few. We've got
Like, I would love to see like bounties surrounding education on how this SIP process works and stuff like that. Like you can gamify this and then make people like go
Yep.
learn about learn to earn almost through Zero Authority about the whole process, and
Correct.
then that might be your first step into like getting into an internship to start growing within the community.
Correct.
The first step, go to this GIM kit, and post your proof within Zero Authority, and then you can put your incentivization there. It may be like a prize every few months. You could do a new one. And I think that would be a really good way to track who's getting into the ecosystem and who's trying to learn and who's trying to grow and do more.
Yeah,
So
correct. There's the most important thing with Zero Authority is trying to help the ecosystem grow and help to make it easier for people to come into the ecosystem. So we're building infrastructure that we can build anything on. So it's not just about a bounty, it's not about a gig. Earn to learn is on our agenda. It's there. Obviously, we're all of us are volunteers, so none of us earn a salary. We all just are very passionate about bringing this and building the ecosystem out. So, but learning is one of the big things. So the education piece is huge. Gamification is something that hasn't yet fully taken grip or hasn't started in Stacks yet. So I haven't listened.
So do you know when we can start, let's say, putting governance community on Zero? Then we can start like building it out, so to speak.
Yeah, well, the first thing would be is I kind of understand what you want. So then it would be going back to the team. We're still in beta as far as running like what GP is clicking through at the moment. We're still in beta and taking feedback. And Nova is obviously the next one on the list. So at the moment, the team are working really hard on Nova. Nova is the AI element and component. So we're trying to build that out and get the version 1 out of that at the moment. But I'll speak to them and I can come back to you.
Yeah, just I almost want to pretend like, okay, we already have the fund today, let's say. So what can we start already putting the proposal on Zero? How can we start operating as a group? And you haven't got into the cap yet. I think in the future we could have a merge between the working group and the cap. In my opinion anyways, or some of those members are cap members out of the working group, then we don't have two separate groups. We have one cohesive group that always talk about governance, because the caps, the challenge currently is the cap members aren't always out in the public, apart from Peace, but the rest, Jason is out in public, but he's focusing on AI BTC stuff.
Correct.
So we don't have like a dedicated governance leader in Stacks, apart from like myself and Peace. But I think the caps should be even more involved actively in Stacks, rather than just stamp of approval every now and then. You can leverage some people in the working group to be caps. So I think they could just be part of the same thing, and out of which you have 5 members out of the working group who are the cap members. So just build them seamlessly in some sense.
So can you clarify I know what a cab is.
Yeah.
So what is the working group? What is the proposed, what is the idea for the working group?
I mean, we need a way to decide how to allocate funds, right? The working group, at least, we want to attract more people like GP, like Peace, like yourself. We need more editors. So I think this working group can consist of different talents. and we need educators like yourself. We need marketing people like Peace and GP. So I think it will function. I think the purpose of the working group obviously is to advance the decentralized governance on stacks. I think that would probably the top sort of the mission. Whether it's improving the SIP process, deputying the SIP, help the authors advance stuff, like the SIP the deputies are doing already. So I think you could have a group, put a label on it, working group or not. But within this group, you have many different type of roles, whether it's onboarding people to stacks via spaces, getting them to talk about governance, or maybe like host bounties. Like we could have like a bounty person specifically, or like a content person. No, I don't know. It's just my take. I would love to hear GP's take. Love to hear your take. It's whatever we want it to be honest. No, what I want it to be. Yeah.
The more incentivization rails that we can, tie to this, the more people want to get involved in the governance, and the more decentralized it becomes. So, I think that we crushed it. I think that we covered all the bases, man. I think that this is very important. We had a very polarizing SIP this past SIP with SIP 31. It's gonna conclude within the next 2 days. So just educating people and letting them know that their voice should be heard and to take part is very important.
I think if you pick like the few things that can be the most impactful, is actually engaging how we engaged over the past 2 months. I think this makes the biggest difference out of all the initiatives. So how do we get more of that? And I see it probably importantly like minting new leaders, because minting new leader will really generate that kind of momentum that we had. So having a pathway to discover and mint new leaders could be something that we may choose to focus on.
Yeah, I mean, and if you incorporate zero authority, maybe there's like a message that you can send out to everybody that's on this platform. I've been scrolling through all of the people that are using the platform for the last 5 minutes or so, and it's like it just keeps going. There's so many people that are using this platform to do gigs and bounties, and you can notify them through it too. Once the messages are live that hey, we have a new SIP, and that gets people like going to search and learn about it. Look how they can earn, and learn to earn is. I mean, it just makes sense. Like I've said it a couple times that this is a very base platform, and for governance, I see how there's overlap.
Yeah, I see two key platforms here. Like, we had spaces, but that was like a bit of like beta, I would say. Now, for me, the mainnet is DeOrganized. I see DeOrganized and Zero Authority as, because you can't talk like human to human on Zero Authority. And when we talk human to human, we couldn't have the SIP engagement with Alex on Zero Authority, right? We could only do it on DeOrganized. And that's really, really important. And I see almost like Zero Authority as your reputation, incentivization platform. But we need the leaders to come on here to talk. And I think talking with each other builds a relationship, builds leadership. That leadership turns into actual engagement with SIP authors. So I see
I agree.
two platforms as equally important.
Yeah, I mean, and you think about it, like these discussions are happening in real time on DeOrganized. So,
Yeah.
like I do agree that like the spaces may have been like the beta, like the tests to see who wants to get involved in governance, and now we've had just about everybody get a little bit of exposure to governance and stacks through DeOrganized.
For example, I
So,
would imagine like how it could potentially play out is we might have like internship program, bounties, whatsoever, and then we actually bring those people, because if you're not willing to come on and chat, it's really hard to engage with the author, right? We want somebody like Peace, like Trip, like Hattie, like GP, who are willing to engage, go into a appointment committee school, voice opinion. Those stuff really make a huge difference. Not just like posting on Twitter. That's one side of things. But if you're actually willing to come on the organize after you've discovered the bounty, you've done some bounties, you've done some work, you got into some calls, but like, can you take the next step to come on the organize, engage with us, share your thoughts, maybe lead up an effort? I see that as the next stage, level up, and I see Zero as a very good discovery process. That's part of it.
for sure, I agree. Like you discover like you start poking around a little bit, and I mean it could be a two-way street. We could lead people to the zero authority bounty to find the process, and then once you get through a certain portion of the process, the next step is to come on DeOrganized and talk with us on the SIP call. I mean, I see that. Really cool. Yeah, I love this conversation, dude. It's been very like insightful about like how we could better use the tools to decentralize the governance even more. And I think the process is clear. So the tooling being built out, education is there. I love it, man. I think we have a really bright future, and this is a good way to scale and further decentralize how we make decisions within the ecosystem.
Yeah,
Yep.
it's awesome.
Badass, guys. Is there anything else that maybe like we wanted to touch on? We are getting around that like 11:30 mark, and just wanted to make sure we covered all bases.
Yeah, Zero, do you want to catch up on the back end to start pushing this forward? Or are you happy just for me to go off and do it?
You're talking to me? I thought. Yeah.
Yeah.
Of course. Oh, I thought you said Zero.
Sorry,
No.
it's probably Zero Authority is still in my head.
No, of course. Like, happy to engage with Zero Authority, obviously. So, I mean, we just like do it some quick. We're not gonna know all the features we want, let's say, but we can like just quick mock up. We can do trial test nets if you want. We can like start operating on testnet, even if that helps. Just not push it to mainnet yet. And until September, we know what we want. Then you guys, after we test it out in the next month or two. Whatever works with you guys, basically. I'm happy to help.
Yeah, even getting it on like testnet, like I could see people using, like starting to get it.
Yeah, we can create like a proposal. We can test trial how to vote on it. Like, who is actually voting? Do we need like just one person, one vote, or do we need stacks, or do we need like a special governance token just for voting process? It has no value.
Funnily enough, I came across something that I actually really liked, which is better than quadratic.
Oh, awesome. Yeah, bring it. Yeah.
Liquid democracy.
Cool.
So you stake, so you can stake your stacks or SBTC to a decision maker as a vote of confidence for them to do it on your behalf, almost like Stacking DAO's doing now with people's stacked stacks.
Like
you could do the same in governance. So you could vote for who you want, and those people carry your votes for you. So, and then you could pull it out whenever you wanted to. So if there was you have an option for a no confidence vote. So you could withdraw that person's ability to be able to choose. So I really like that one. That sounded really cool because it's whoever's sitting in the seat. So in other words, to try and speed up the decision-making process, you can have people sitting there and then they have a vote of confidence in order to move, to vote on certain things.
Yeah, cool.
Delegating your vote, and you can pull it out. So say, for instance, I know you're voting yes and GP's voting no. I want yes. I'm going to allocate my stacks to you, and you're going to vote yes. And if it's no, then I stake it with GP, and he has those votes. So you could, and it also is democracy in the fact that anybody can put themselves up, and as long as they have a majority, they sit at that seat. So we could put a threshold in. You need X amount to be able to sit in that seat.
It's kind of like how like a liquid democracy is kind of how like stacking DAO is voting, like casting their vote. You're stacking your stacks with stacking DAO, and we're voting as a DAO in that aspect. So yeah, I like that.
Yeah, and your vote stays there until your vote of confidence stays with that person until you withdraw it, or entity. It doesn't have to be a person; it could be an entity as well.
Yeah, I like that. I like that idea a lot. I think that we should definitely explore that option for sure.
Because the quad one is too difficult to try and say, oh well, your votes decrease, how many votes you got depending on how many stacks you've got, and then trying to create a governance token to vote with. It's much easier just to say, I have this amount, and therefore I have whatever it is. I have one vote, or I have 100 votes, for instance sake. But it's normally one vote.
Yeah, that's interesting. That's interesting. I think we should definitely that's thinking in the right direction.
Yeah. What else have we got on today? Anything else that happening?
I think we have so today in just as far as the ecosystem.
Are you got anything else going on your side today?
I think we're going to do some Find2Earn tonight in the Zest protocol Discord. At the tail end of DeOrganized nightly. I'm gonna tune into Purple Pill for a little bit before I do the night show and do that, and then tomorrow we're gonna play some poker in the Stacking DAO Discord. So I'm gonna get ready to make the post and get the the stacking chat their seats. Just working on that type of stuff. What about you guys? Anything special going on this weekend?
Not much. I'm just gonna chill this weekend, going to gym, being a bit sitting on my ass this week.
Yeah, dude, I hope you feel better. Get some rest, man. Get some rest. Time to touch some grass. We work hard. This week was really cool, really exciting. Getting to see BTC just smash through all-time highs. That was cool. So, been exhilarating. And we all deserve to touch a little grass and some time with family, however we deem fit. Yesterday I was supposed to do flag football. My nephew, I'm supposed to be coaching flag football, but we got some rain, so maybe I'll take him out to the field and run him around a little bit, do some plays and stuff with him. So but yeah, guys, happy Friday.
Happy Friday.
Another awesome sip call, and we'll do it again next Friday. You guys tune in for the weekly sip call, and we'll do it again, guys. You guys have a blessed weekend.
You too. Thank you, GP.
Take care, guys.
Thank you both.
Later. And this has been another episode of the Let's Go Morning Show. I hope that you guys have had a very, very blessed week. It is Friday. Thank goodness it's Friday. Have an awesome weekend, guys. Be sure to tune in Monday through Friday at 8:30 a.m. ET for the Let's Go Morning Show, and at 7 p.m. for the DeOrganized Nightly. We're going to do this again all over the, rinse and repeat. We're going to go touch some grass over the weekend, have high frequency vibes, keep love in the room. Be sure to, go to deorganized.media, set up your profile. To stay in the know, go visit the show schedule. We have a very, very base show schedule where it shows you all the podcast and spaces going on within the ecosystem. Stay ahead of the curve, guys. I'll catch you on the flip side. Peace.